nuestra flora autóctona.
Oh.
Y hay más. Mucho más. ¿Será por esto que sonreímos tanto? ¿O será por esto? Es un nuevo descubrimiento. Es un nuevo descubrimiento. Dale un giro a tu vida.
Siempre quería hacer mi propia casa y ya que tenía una furgo empecé a meterle madera dentro y una camita. Vivir en simple. A mí me encanta despertarme con el sol. Cuando me abro los ojos y veo la luz y ves colores tan bonitos, agradezco vivir. Cuanto más estoy con la naturaleza, mejor me siento. Y decir, qué belleza, el mundo. Sin tecnología, sin nada. Solo los colores, el sonido del mar, sentir el viento y tomarme una buena cerveza. Fresquita. Y ahí acabó el día perfecto para mí. Me siento muy libre.
Welcome back everyone to the 2022 Gran Canaria Frontón. This is the afternoon vlog. I will say, remember we had to stop because of the tide. The tide was really low and the technical team decided to have a 3-hour break, and that was pretty wise.
So we did this yesterday, and as the tides came up, the swell also came up yesterday. We do have a little bit of wind on it this afternoon, but certainly not affecting those bowling left-handers that we have out there. Round 4 is going to get underway this afternoon. And, man, there is some high-flying action happening out here at El Frontón.
Yeah, that's right. Remember, we are going to do the round number 4 of the men division. In round number 5, there are some seated riders waiting for whoever makes it in this round. I tell you how that format will be. And after this presentation, it's Salomon Moore in red, Christian Antunes in white, Javi Dominguez in yellow, and Avian Perdomo in black. That's heat number 1 of round number 4. And in this round, 2 people, the first and the second, will advance to round number 5, but there will be extra 4 people advancing from this round. This is 8 heats. Why 4 more people? We needed to meet with the second half of the with the second half of the top 32, and it means that there will be the 4 best third results are going to be advancing as well. So from this round, 16 riders will be advancing.
So let's take a look out there. You can see a lot of bouncing around for this guy on the ski, but bouncing around is certainly happening right there on that pinnacle, that mushroom reef here at El Frontón. Guys have been bouncing off the bottom, off the top, and everywhere in between. This morning we did have a few hours break. Everybody got a chance to chill out and have some lunch, and those competitors that did battle this morning are going to find slightly different conditions this afternoon. I believe we have a slowly decreasing swell, but it is slowly decreasing. Still solid energy out there, and you can see that frantic Atlantic juice pumping in. You can see lines out to sea pushing in towards this crazy craggy reef known as El Frontón.
That's right, and I'm just going to say that information in Spanish, Jay, if you'll allow me. Ok, gente, en español, esta ronda, la ronda número 4, que tiene 8 hits, en donde normalmente pasarían el primero y el segundo, ya les voy a explicar. Vamos a ver esta primera ola del rider en amarillo, no mucho ahí, incompleta esa maniobra. Pues bueno, normalmente pasa el primero y segundo. Eso se va a mantener de esa manera, solo que como necesitamos 16 riders para completar los otros 16 que están esperando en la ronda número 5, van a pasar también los 4 mejores terceros lugares. Es decir, las personas que quedando en el tercer lugar tienen las mayores puntuaciones van a poder avanzar también en esta ronda. Ahí está Marley Dunn from Australia. I was calling Dune before. I'm sorry. That's me coming from a Latin root. As you all know, English is not my native language. So, and I think everyone that speaks Spanish call Marley Dune. But I learned it's done. So I always try to correct myself and improve. So yeah, Marley Dunn from Australia getting ready for the next heat.
Well, it's the pronunciation of the vowels is pretty much the same in Spanish. U is oo, right? So in English, it's a little more confusing. We have a lot of different ways to pronounce those vowels. So Marley, I was just chatting with him on the way down the hill coming down here. He's an Australian from the south coast down south of Sydney, but he lives over in Ireland in a van. Yes, hashtag van life, folks. And Marley said he worked really hard for 3 years so he could save money and travel around and chill out over there in Ireland. He does a little bit of work here and there, but he says he normally doesn't really compete, but he just thought, hey, why not? This is an epic wave, El Frontón. It's obviously drawn riders from all over the globe to compete, and he will be in the next heat, heat number 2. But for now, we have 3 Canarian riders, 1 Argentine in Christian Antunes, and right now we're just waiting for things to get underway. Nobody with any waves under their belt because the heat has yet to begin, and that should happen momentarily. So lots of action here. We're going to run it right to sundown here today, and it is a party scene out here, right? We got music, we've got cafes and shops right down here on site.
That's right. It's there are a lot of activities in between the competition days and also whenever there is no competition. Remember, this event works as a festival. Look at that perfect cross, man.
Yeah, that is wedge heaven.
X. It's an X. It's a perfect X.
It is.
Wow. I think due to the still low tide, we might see more rides now. And that's some riders waiting for the heat. That's Rayman Ray and some staff member, Willie Lujan on the back. And some juniors, they were waiting to see if they will compete today Today, so far, the word is that the juniors are not going to compete. We are not sure if round number 6 is going to be happening today. Pretty likely not to, but the judges will take that decision as the day unfolds. And the heat hasn't started. That's why we don't have the scores. There's only one single rider out there. I think the other ones were getting ready. I went downstairs to get you while you were filming for your blog, and I saw one of the riders getting ready for this heat, so maybe it's taking them a little longer to get there, and I can see them. They're closer to the jet ski.
Well,
So,
you really have to take on a warrior mentality, because you're going out there to do battle with El Frontón, among other things, obviously your fellow competitors, but this wave itself requires an insane level of expertise and concentration to ride without getting in trouble out there. We've seen a couple riders take beatings today. The reef has already claimed a little bit of epidermis off one of our competitors, so certainly nothing to be taken lightly out there. And you mentioned the juniors here hoping they may be competing. They aren't running the juniors. It's hard to keep your level of focus and concentration up when you don't know if you're going to be riding that day or not. You really have to pace yourself. And we can see spectators chilling out under the Red Bull tent up there. And look at that, just drainers across the reef still as we wait for this heat to begin. And those kind of freight trains are just going to be, coming nonstop here as this tide pushes in this afternoon.
that's right. And remember, this heat hasn't started. That's why you don't see anyone surfing. And I would like to thank all of our sponsors. Remember, this event is presented by Gran Canaria European Sports Island and the Cabildo of Gran Canaria and its project La Isla de mi Vida, or if you translate that in English, it would be the island of my life. Galdar City Hall, or Ayuntamiento de Galdar. Cerveza Corona, Corona Beer, NMD Borco, Hasio Guest House, Link Store, Oceano Clothing, from Lanzarote, and Hydro Flask, and Red Bull. Remember, we do have media partners. Thank you to Riptide, We Bodyboard, Vert Magazine, and Medusa Magazine. It's great to be here on the last event for the IVC World Tour 2022 calendar. What a way to finish this year with one of the best waves of the world. And we do have some comments. Saludos desde Lebu, Chile. Vamos, Alan, Pablo Sandoval. Saludos, Pablito. Espero verte por allá en las estrellas del viento. Bom dia, Sois de Brasil.
Wow, good job.
Yeah. Saludos desde Supertubos. Saludos, amigo. Great wave. Supertubos. Never got to surf there.
Well, thank you, Thomas. So good to have Jay on the team. I appreciate that, Thomas.
I agree,
Lambert,
Thomas.
appreciate it, buddy. It's fun to be here, man. I'm reliving my youth. Un saludo a Begoña. Eres un artista comentado el Frontón King.
Gracias, Octavio. Gracias, un saludo gigante.
Hello from Morocco.
Yeah,
wow.
you.
Wow, I love it. I thought we'd hear French from him. This is another Spanish one here.
Saludos desde Panamá, tremendo evento de Damián Arcia. Gracias, Damián. Un abrazo a toda la gente de Panamá, la gente de Centroamérica.
Okay, hola from a Tasmanian in Santiago.
Whoa.
So Thomas, good stuff, man. I love it. So Tasmanian living in Chile.
Nice.
All
Hope
right.
to see you soon around Iquique.
There
Okay,
we go.
so we heard the horn and it's officially started. 20-minute heats. Remember, first and second will advance to round number 5, but also there will be 4 more spots that will be given to the best thirds. So whoever get the best scores ending in the 3rd position will get a spot into the round number 5. Remember, the formats sometimes changes depending on the on the the format of the competition or the amount of registrations. And in this case, since they wanted to accept as many as possible, they changed the format to fit to their needs.
Right, so we moved to a 6-day format instead of 5 days. Sort of not quite at the last minute, but they added on an extra day. Kudos to the contest organization for accommodating all the people that want a piece of El Frontón out here. And still waveless in this heat. We're about a minute and a half in, plenty of time. But you mentioned third place. The top 2 third placers are going to get through. Top 4. But look at this. Red getting the first wave of the heat. Barrel to roll and out on the shoulder. Great start for Solomon Moore, who convincingly dominated his earlier heat and is off to a great start in this one. But as I mentioned, top 4 third place getters will advance through. We'll explain that in a minute. Look at this. Packing that pit. Disappears. Rolls out of it. Great move, really making the absolute most of that wave. So the point being, if you're in third place in a heat out here, you don't give up, even if there's, no hope. You just try to get, the point is you're going to try to get the highest scores you can, because you get third place in your heat, and after all is said and done, they may say, well, you're one of the top 4 third placers in terms of point scores. You're going to advance through.
That's right, and here's a wave for Javi Dominguez, nothing. Javi, very young, doing a great job in the previous heat and in advancing first. And last year, I remember perfectly, a huge barrel to the right, getting 10 points score for that one. That was really impressive.
Wow.
He serves here, of course, but he normally serves in El Confital. He's very well known for surfing there, but also he dominates El Frontón, and I think those there are for sale. So if you guys are interested in a Frontón King official rash guard, you guys make sure to send someone to the Frontón King, to the Gran Canaria Frontón King official shop that is right here in the event at the event site. And guys, if you're here in Canary Islands or you're planning to come, you must swing by, because there's a lot to do. There is a mini shops right here at the beach, and a couple of bars. There's food. The environment is really cool. There is a lot of people, and it's really fun to spend some time here watching this, one of the best waves in the world for the practice of bodyboarding.
It is a regular boogie party down here. In fact, 2 days ago, they had a skate contest associated with the Frontón King event just down the road just a little bit. Yellow taking off here. Bottom turns, launches it into the roll. Nice free fall drop and ducks out. Javi Dominguez picking off a wave to add to his wave score right now. He just has a 0.5 as his first wave. That's certainly going to add quite a bit more on top of that one. So we may see a lead change here. It's very early in the heat, just 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes gone in this heat. And look at this one. This one's like doubling up on the inside part of the reef. That is a scary looking wave right there.
Well, we haven't seen that 4.5 of Solomon Moore, but he's right now in the lead. I'm sorry. And here comes Javi, keeping very busy, docking out there. I think he knows perfectly. Oh, that wasn't Javi. That's Avian Perdomo. These riders know that it's better to just dock out if the wave do not offer potential, because you don't want to get caught in the inside. Definitely the right, it's way more difficult in that sense.
Yeah, really, we keep talking about how sketchy this is out there. It's maybe not super easy to see from the angle that you're seeing on the screen how treacherous it is out here. So again, high level of expertise is definitely required to excel in these heats. And man, we have like 200 plus riders in this event, all of whom are certainly capable here at El Frontón.
Well, that's right. And make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel of the IBC World Tour so you will get all the information from first hand. There is a little bell that you have to activate. And here's a wave for Cristian Antunes. Nice looking barrel for the Argentinian living here, right here, very close to El Frontón in La Caleta. Cristian Antunes building a career here. And explosive ARS for the Wonder Kid, Javi Dominguez, combined with the round roll. I really enjoyed that technique.
So Javier Dominguez packing in the move, solid ARS at the beginning of that wave, punctuating the ride with a great roll at the end. Right now in second place, that's certainly going to vault him into first. But look what's happening on the left. We didn't see what happened, but was somebody on that?
I don't think so.
Man.
Whoa.
Well, if they were, they just got erased
Whoa.
by the violent trench of that wave. We will see what the scores are coming through for that really, really incredible wave of Javi Dominguez, who maxed out the potential of that wave. His lowest score was 0.5, certainly going to be off the charts once we get the scores coming through for that last one. And Cristian Antunes did pick off a wave. That may be who we missed out on in that exchange. And more waves coming through. Bego.
That's right. It's going to be interesting to see the comparison between the maneuvers and the barrels. And here comes nice stalling there for Christian. Once again, it looks like he does know this left-hander. And like I said, it's going to be interesting. And there it's dropping, Jay. And it's a 6.25 for Cristian Antunes. Very good score, and that's accurate. He was really deep in that barrel, considering the level of danger the left has at this point. Both of the sides actually are very dangerous, given the fact that the tide is still low. So a 6.25, and Javi Dominguez, he gets a 6, and of course he's in the first position because he's got a backup score. Let's see what the backup score for Cristian Antunes is. But here's a quick answer for Salomon Moore. Beautiful air reverse. I don't think that's going to be granted too much points because he landed on the place that the wave basically faded. So yeah, that's what we keep saying. That happens right here in the front, especially in the left of this wave, left side.
Yeah, solid observation, Bego. It's, we're getting the waves, they're crossing up so much, sometimes at a 90-degree angle. So when they hit these lip maneuvers, do they land in front of the wave or on top of the cross wave? Mm-hmm. That is a subtle difference that makes a big difference in the scoring. It's an easier landing on the top of the cross wave because it's flatter and higher up, whereas you have to actually project out in front of the wave to land in front of the wave in the flats. That's more critical, so you're going to get a higher score for that. And as we get further along progressing in this event, it is those minor subtleties that will really make the difference between advancing and not advancing. I mean, we haven't even gotten into the top seeds in this event. We're not even there yet, so just wait until we get there. It's going to be like splitting hairs to determine who advances and who doesn't.
And look at that, Cristian Antunes gets the first position. Felicitaciones al argentino Cristian Antunes, está haciendo un muy buen trabajo con un 6.25 y un 3.90. Ahora dejando a Javi Domínguez buscando un 4.16, Salomón Moore un 5.16. Y habían Perdomo con un poco más de dificultad porque, claro, solo tiene un 0.50, aún nos quedan 10 minutos en el reloj. Se sabe que estos riders tienen muchísimo nivel, pero la verdad en este momento muy buen trabajo del argentino que está viviendo acá en el frontón hace ya un tiempo, que también es filmmaker y bueno, tiene ya ha adquirido un gran conocimiento del frontón. Se nota, se puede notar. Me atrevo a decir que la diferencia entre el año pasado y este es bastante grande. Se nota que Chris ha estado entrenando bastante y bueno, muy bien. Buen trabajo para el argentino Cris Antunes ahí en la primera posición con estos adversarios que son de peso, no son cualquier nombre, ¿no?
Yeah, so these four hanging out there with just over 9 minutes remaining right now. Abian Perdomo in fourth place, really, really looking at having to chip away at a huge deficit. He needs a 9.25, which essentially means he needs either a perfect wave or two much better waves than what he has right now. Meanwhile, white, Christian Tunis, the Argentine, taking off on another wave. This one just shutting him down. He's a little bit behind this one all the way through. And at that point, you just have to ride through it to get back to the channel. You don't really want to kick out in the middle of this wave because it'll put you right under the apex in the next one, which is, you know, akin to an anvil falling on your head and pushing you into a jagged sidewalk. You know, you don't want that. You got to get out of the way of danger. And look at this, a couple waves pushing through. Yellow having a look at this. Javi Dominguez in the right spot at the right time.
Well, Javi is no stranger to these bumps, but yeah, that wasn't really offering. I mean, that was a quick roll, not really projected. Javi looking for a 4.16. I'm not really sure if that's going to be it. The wave was really photogenic. It looked really good, but actually kind of disappeared, and it didn't really form that barrel that he was looking for. I'm pretty sure he was looking for that one.
Yeah, I think that one pushed a little too far west on the reef and shouldered off. We can see a takeoff. This is a different wave here. This is black, Abian Perdomo. We're going to see him sit in the bowl here. He's waiting for something to happen. He looks in, and that thing just collapses in front of him, little chandelier action. Meanwhile, white takes off. We saw this one earlier. He just got shut down and spun sideways. So he's just trying to ride it out to get back to the channel at this point. Christian Tunis. And this is the one that was looking good at the beginning but just shouldered off, and he ducks out quick so he can get back out and get an earlier priority, I think is his idea in this case, you know, cut his losses while he can. And so all the competitors now reconverging on the outside with 7 minutes to go.
That's right. Remember, round number 4, 8 heats. That's what it's planned for this afternoon. There is light until 7:30, more or less, a little bit more.
I think later, maybe 8 o'clock. There's our priority board, by the way, so the competitors can look from the water and see which priority they have. So you can see red as first, white second, yellow third, and black doesn't have priority yet because he's still paddling back to the peak. So that's how that works. They have to look at that priority board, and we already saw an earlier heat today where one of the competitors apparently did not check that board and took off on a wave he shouldn't have and got interference and knocked out of the heat.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate. That was Borja Hernandez. He actually was the guest of the event, and well, you know, those things, nobody does it on purpose, you know?
Yes. It's, you know, I remember when priority first began in international competition. I was doing a drop knee event in Anglet, France, many, many years ago, one of the first World Tour drop knee events, and most of the competitors didn't know how it worked. And so a guy got a good wave. I dropped in on him because it was a good wave, and I had priority. He ended up getting knocked out of the heat because he got interference, and I felt bad for him because he just didn't know how it worked. And you know, when you're at this level, at this high level of professional bodyboarding, you need to know the rules like the back of your hand. Super, super important.
That's right. Such a good job for Christian Tunis. I have to say, no matter what the results are, we need to stand out. The leader achievements, right? And for him right now, it's nothing leader just to be first against such a big name as Salomon Moore, Abian Perdomo, and of course Javi Dominguez, one of the revelations last year. So great job, and there's still 5 minutes. Of course, all of these riders are capable to change the situation, but you never know. And you know what? Also, Jay, it is very important for the third places to try to mark as much points as possible, because we do have 4 spots in this stage. Remember, first and second will advance, but also the 4 best third positions will get a spot in round number 5. And here's a wave for, of course, Javi Dominguez, looking for that barrel for a while. And yeah, that's a claim.
He throws the claim down. That thing really just collapsed on him, and he just punched through it. So when that happens, you pull in a barrel, you see it collapsing. There is a technique to get out of those kind of situations and push through. And what I do is you'll see, watch him right here. He pulls in, he stalls a little bit, gets covered, and that thing collapses. The method is to pull up on the nose of the board, because that collapsing chandeliering, look at this aerial shot. What a fantastic perspective of that. He comes out really high, which is a smart move. There's less whitewater to deal with. But you pull up on the nose, and it keeps the nose from stuffing underwater. Red, in the meanwhile, Solomon Moore vaulting a sick backflip on that wave. Not the biggest of waves, but unfortunately cannot maintain momentum with that wave. And Solomon Moore really needed a 5.16. That was the wave potentially that he needed to make. Now just 3.5 minutes left. He's going to be really deep in the hole now and end up with 4th priority after that wave. I'm not sure he'll get another shot at this.
Okay, so 3 minutes to go, and it will be a big upset to see Solomon Moore, who really surfs, who did surf really well in his first heat of the day today, advancing in first position. And he's a great rider from Fuerteventura, so it will be very strange to see him not advancing, but also Avian Perdomo. Avian surfs really good, and not being able to find waves, it's unfortunate. But you know how it is, folks. This is only 20 minutes, and I don't know what you think about this, because some people speak about luck. I'm not really sure if there's such a thing, or if that exists, but there's definitely some components that happen when you compete, because only 20 minutes, that's all you have. So it all comes down to your mindset, your physical state. So many things interact in order for you to find the good waves, and especially when you're surfing against 3 other guys, and only 20 minutes, probably it gets a little difficult. But yeah.
Well, the saying goes, luck is when preparation meets opportunity. So I'm a firm believer in most cases in wave riding competition. Luck is certainly a part of the mix here. But at a spot like this, local knowledge cannot be discounted. It's so important. Check this out. Black taking off on this wave, sitting in the pit, coming around this little section, looking maybe for one more move, but Abian Perdomo ducks out of that one after a nice little pit. That's certainly going to help his cause, because he has 2 pretty low scores, folks. His high score is a 1. I'm 99.99% sure he's going to improve on that.
That's right, so quick update in Spanish, una actualización en español, 1 minuto y 10. Javi Domínguez logra cambiar la situación, por supuesto, con ese tubo en este momento con una sumatoria de 12.40. Muy buen trabajo para Cristian Antunes, que ahora necesita un 6.16. Se tiene que cuidar mucho de Solomon Moore, que se le está escapando, y esta puede ser la última oportunidad para el chico de Fuerteventura. Busca un 5.56. Logrará con esta última ola cambiar la situación y poder avanzar en este campeonato, quitarle esa oportunidad a Cristian Antunes. Vamos a ver, let's see.
That was a super important wave for Solomon Moore. He needed a 5.56. Got a nice barrel with a spin on the exit. Not a giant wave, but certainly a super clean enter and exit barrel. Is it enough with a 5.56? We're just about to see that score come through. Is it enough to move him into second? 5.5 on that wave, so one of his best 2 waves, but not quite enough to push him into second place in this heat. But it may be enough for him to advance through. We'll have to wait and see if that's one of the higher scoring 3rd place riders with a 10.10 heat score. Solomon Moore still hopes alive.
That's right, guys. So
one more look at that one. Ducks into the pit, disappears. Clean roll on the exit.
This is a heat recap, guys. We're going to start doing this.
Yep. Sorry, my bad, but
No
you're
worries.
right. Let's recap all of the action here.
Yeah, that was a great barrel for Christian Antunes. And this is the roll, the ARS for Javi Dominguez, one of his best waves. But Javi made it with this one right here. This one's a very deep barrel and gave him the first position. Javi Dominguez, so solid in this heat. And this will be the recap for the first hit of the afternoon block, last wave of Salomon Moore. We're going to go to a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere.
All right, round 4, heat number 2 about to get underway. Rejoining me here in the booth, Ale Barbosa. Welcome back, Ale.
Thank you so much.
All right, so we're going to have some great action in the water. Are the waves still good?
Yeah, for sure.
Indeed they are. Let's get straight into it, see what's happening out there.
Yeah, we are in the heat number 2 of the round number 4. We have Seamus McGoldrick in red, Marley Dunn in white, Nestor Perez in yellow, and Dylos Rodriguez in black. 2 locals and 2 foreigners for this heat, the second heat of the round. Today we are going to run the round number 4, some hits of the round number 5, and let's see what the afternoon delivers to us. The wind is a bit stronger than this morning, but still good, and the waves are pumping.
Yes, indeed. Marley Dunn from Australia out there. Check this wave we had earlier from Seamus McGoldrick. Pulls up under the hook. Is he coming out? Yes, sir. And the Irishman throwing a little Irish butter out there. And what I mean by that is smooth and creamy, folks. Looking really good. And Marley Dunn out there from Australia, living in Ireland right now. And then we have Nestor Perez and Dylos Rodriguez, both local Canadians. Are they from Gran Canaria?
Yeah, both.
Excellent. So locals, local knowledge certainly play a part. At the moment, Marley Dunn and Seamus McGoldrick with a wave each under their belts, sitting in first and second, but just beginning this heat. Just 16 and a half minutes to go in the heat, so only 3.5 away. And next heat's actually already heading down to prepare. It takes a while to get in and out of the lineup here.
Yeah, that one was Willie Lujan in yellow, one of the competitors of the next heat. And yeah, now the waves are hitting the walls so hard, hitting the cliffs, so it's like pretty tricky to pile out. You need to wait for the good moment. And now we have Marley Dunn with his second wave his third wave of the heat. He has a 2.75 and 1 point. He's leading the heat at the moment, followed by Seamus McGoldrick with 3 points, and the 2 locals haven't got any wave yet, Nestor and Dylos Rodriguez. Yeah, these 2 guys are from Gran Canaria. Both are my age. We are around 38, and yeah, they have been surfing here for also 25 years. They have a lot of experience. And also Dylos is one of the guys with most podiums in the history of the bodyboarding.
Well, I think that breeds a certain amount of comfort with these local riders because you only need 2 good waves, right? And these guys, they know this spot. All they have to do is be patient and wait for the right wave. They know which ones are the right waves, whereas our two visitors, Marley Dunn, Seamus McGoldrick, maybe not so comfortable out here. They're just going to grab whatever they can. We've already seen them get their wave count going, whereas our two locals are waiting for the good ones.
Yeah, and also Dylos, normally he waits a lot.
Yep.
He had been going through every round, taking 2-3 waves in every hit, just the wave enough to make it, and he's super patient in the water. He's Nestor Perez in the left with that little roll, his first wave of the hit, and there's still a lot of time remaining.
No doubt about it. Priority coming into play. Dylos Rodriguez with first priority now. He's going to get his first pick. And look at this. These guys are motoring. Look at the wake, the whitewater trail leading from their fins, and they're just barely punching under that wave. You can see in that aerial shot just how crazy shallow it is. And look at red, Seamus McGoldrick, almost paddling for his life and just scrapes his way under this one. And almost going over the falls. Just a couple competitors here scratching for daylight.
Yeah, Dylos had a look for that one, but the wave was super wide, and he decided not to go. Luckily, he didn't get sucked by the wave.
Yeah. If you get sucked over on a wave like that, you're pretty much going to hit the bottom, right?
Yeah, like 95%.
And is the bottom, is it just lava rock? It's just rock,
yeah,
right?
and also some shells.
Oh, jeez. That's what we call a cheese grater.
Yeah.
That is like the worst combination. Coral or rocks with shells on it, you don't want that. That is not good for the skin. Exfoliation times 1,000.
Yeah.
So
luckily
no
there are not many holes or caves.
Oh, good.
It's not flat, but there's no big holes where you can get stuck in. So
oh my gosh, I can't even imagine the horrors. All right, here we go. White taking off. Here's Marley Dunn. Pulls up under the hook. Nice little barrel. Not super deep, though. Comes around out the shoulder. Nice critical reverse out on the shoulder there. So Marley Dunn getting a sort of a pocket ride. And followed up by Dylos Rodriguez. He pulls in. Is he going to come out on the snowball? Yes, he is. It's getting really shallow in there. He doesn't care. Rolo out on the shoulder. So a great follow-up wave for Dylos Rodriguez. And that is his opening wave here, and more out the back.
Yeah, Seamus McGoldrick in that ride wasn't pretty good, but he's still needing a good backup because now the heat is very active. Everyone is getting wave, so he needs to improve his score as soon as possible.
So you notice Seamus kicked out of that wave really fast. He's paddling super hard so he can beat the other two competitors back out to the peak and get a higher priority for the next good one. So he's paddling quickly. He kicked out of that wave early. It didn't really offer a lot of scoring potential. And another draining peak about to hit the reef. Seamus McGoldrick, I don't think he's going to make it there in time. We'll see.
Yeah, let's see. He must be sweating in that wetsuit out there, coming from Ireland.
Yeah, true. Good point. He's used to surfing slabby waves in Ireland with much colder water. Much colder.
Yeah. While we wait for the set, we're going to with the interview with Begoña and Javi Dominguez, the winner of the previous heat. Begoña, where you are?
Thank you very much, guys. We're here with the winner of the first heat of this second block of the day, Javi Dominguez, surfing exceptionally. We saw you were nervous, you wanted to do one of your classic barrels. Tell us a little bit, cuéntanos un poco, estás ahí como un poco nervioso, querías hacer tu tubo clásico, dinos un poco de eso.
Sí, estaba buscando una derecha buena, pero la marea está muy vacía, solo llevaba 1 hora y poco subiendo. Y al final conseguí coger unas medianas, la serie no se podía, recogía mucho y cerraba. Escallaba un montón la ola, pero al final conseguí un baffle y después abajo un rolo que más o menos lo conseguí entrar y después otra, un tubo corto, pero la ola más grande.
Oh yeah, he said he was searching all the time, he was looking for a good ride. He found that double maneuver one with the ARS, I would say more, and the roll, and then the barrel, and he's very happy to be advancing. Javi, el año pasado te fue súper bien, ¿tú ya eso te trajo algún tipo de nerviosismo, te trajo algún tipo de preparación mental para este año? ¿Tenías alguna expectativa?
La verdad que todos los años me pongo nervioso porque siempre estamos esperando esta prueba durante todo el año, por así decirlo. Esta es la prueba que más me gusta a mí, junto con el Campeonato de España que se hace en la guancha. Y nada, a por todas ahora.
I asked him if, because last year he got the first 10 of the competition, and I said if that put some pressure on him on this event, and he said that he was every year he's nervous. He's waiting for this event throughout the whole year. This is his favorite event, alongside with the Spanish championship that is made in the Wancha. So yeah, he was nervous, but you know, happy to be advancing. ¿Alguien a quien saludar o a quien agradecer?
Quiero agradecer a la familia Océano, a Samuel y a toda la gente que está detrás de esto. Es la marca esta que me patrocina, está siempre apoyando a los jóvenes aquí a la cantera canaria, una marca canaria. Y también saludar a todos mis amigos que me están viendo desde casa y a por todas ahora.
Vale, felicitaciones Javi, lo mejor de las suertes para el resto de la competencia. Back to you guys.
Yeah, here we are again with the second hit of this round, round number 4. Marley Dan is leading the hit with a 8.5 in total, followed by Nestor Perez with a 7.15, and then Seamus McGolry and Dylos Rodriguez. Nestor in the second position is in this left. There's not much things in that way for Nestor. He's coming back to the peak now, and still almost 9 minutes remaining. Dylos need a 3.95, Seamus a 4.15 to be second both, and Nestor needs a 4.66 to be first.
So this heat definitely lower scoring than the first heat, and at this point nobody with a score over 8.5. That's a total heat score. That's 2 waves combined. And you know, we mentioned the third place. I'll check that in a minute. There's another critical reverse, and McGoldrick takes a trip over Niagara Falls, or Frontón Falls in this case. Survives that drop, and Black pulls up, bouncing under the barrel, comes out, throws a little turn, and almost runs over McGoldrick as he launches that invert on the foamy section at the end. So Dylos Rodriguez making the most of that wave, and that's his second ride, so that's certainly going to improve his positioning. Right now he sits in 4th, but needed a 3.95 to advance. Let's see if that was enough. Look how shallow that is. Crazy.
Yeah, this is in life. This is the tide
Amazing.
is still pretty low. You can see all the rocks down there. As you can see, there's not many holes. As I said, it's not the backdoor reef, the
Yeah.
pipe.
That is a scary reef
Yeah.
over there. Gets shoved into a cave. Look at this one on the
Yeah.
outside, pulling in under the hook, disappears, pops out with a spit. Marley Dunn is really making quick work of these right-handers at Frontón. You can see he's very comfortable sitting in first place right now, and that should aid his situation. His low score out of the top 2 was a 2.75. We're waiting for multiple scores to drop. We're going to have some position changes, I'm sure.
Yeah, he only needs to improve that 2.75. I'm pretty sure that it's going to be more than that. So he will increase the distance with Nestor and the other guys. And we are still waiting for the score of Dylos Rodriguez. Here we have the 4 points for Dylos, but still waiting for Marley's score.
So waiting for the scores. I don't want to really read the positions until we have those scores drop, because as I mentioned, we're going to have changes in the positions. About 6 minutes, a little over 6 minutes remaining in this heat. And once again, touching on the third place competitors in each heat, want to get as high of a score as possible, because 4 of them out of this round will advance on. Third place, not out of the running if you have a high enough score. This heat so far, Nestor Perez sitting in third place, needs a 3.36 to secure second place in the heat. And he's only at a 7.15. I think he's going to need really one more amazing wave at this point. And Seamus McGoldrick now gets pushed back to fourth place, needs a 4.2, certainly within reach for him.
Yeah, but Nestor is, as we had said, Nestor is a local, and now he's holding the first priority, so he can use his knowledge to get the good one, the one that give him the scores that he needs to advance for the next hit, or to be one of the best third positions in this hit, in this round, I mean.
And Marley Dunn with a bit of a throwaway wave there. Didn't really happen for him. He's really hanging on these rights, and it's been working for him. He's holding down first position in the heat. And right now, Nestor Perez in the driver's seat needs a 3.36. And I say in the driver's seat because he has first priority. So 5 minutes to pick off a good one and move from that third position into either second or first. And a 3.36 will get him second place. Meanwhile, Marley Dunn still holds down the lead.
Yeah, we got the last wave of Marley Dunn, that 5.5. And now we are having some comments from the YouTube channel. Tenemos a Tony Mateo desde Buenarteme. Tenemos a Ray desde Cádiz. Tenemos también a Mef desde La Serena. Aguante Alan. Salud desde Asturias. Grande Vego. De Iván Costales. También tenemos ahí a Sebastián Ramos. CJ, estuvimos en tu tienda en abril. They were in your shop in April. They say hello.
Thanks, Sebastián. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate the support.
Y aquí volvemos a los últimos 4 minutos de esta manga. Una manga muy interesante donde tenemos aquí a Seamus McGoldrick buscando ese 4.20 que necesita para colocarse en la segunda plaza. Y parece que en esa ola no va a ser posible. No es suficiente. No ha podido sacar ese tubo y está saliendo del agua. Intentando escapar de esa zona crítica. Y vamos a ver qué puede hacer Seamus en esta final de manga.
And McGoldrick takes a bit of a drubbing here, and this could be a very critical wave here. Let's see what happens here. It looks like competitor taking off. Marley Dunn once again on this right, and he's just milking those right-handers with another quick in-and-out barrel, but no follow-up move. So I don't think that's going to better Marley Dunn's current situation. And right now, Dylos Rodriguez holding down second place. Third place, Nestor Perez, still holds that first priority with just 3 minutes remaining in this heat. He only needs a 3.36 to guarantee advancement. He could still advance even in third with a 7.15 heat score. I'm not sure. Here he goes. He's using that priority. Stalls in the barrel, and the snowball consumes him. Avalanche City for him, and that is very unfortunate for him. I don't know if he's going to get that kind of score that he needs, and he's really going to have to be really lucky to get another shot at another wave now that he's given up his priority.
Yeah, he stalled too much and he couldn't make the barrel. It was a tricky one because the fumble was so big he couldn't ride on it and he couldn't make the barrel. I think he's gonna get that 3 point something that he needs. So Dylos still in second position following the Australian Marley Dunn.
All right, so yeah, we're waiting for one score to come through from Marley Dunn. It was that quick in and out barrel, no follow-up move. But it may be enough to replace, nope, not quite enough to replace one of his prior high 2 scores. And he'll hang in first place. He's really sitting pretty in this case with under 2 minutes to go. First priority held down by Dylos Rodriguez. Really the man that's under the crunch right now is Seamus McGoldrick. He's second priority. He needs a 4.2. We've seen some heats where waves came through right at the end. Let's see. Split of the peak.
Yeah, Nestor in that right. That was a super quick one. The barrel was going to close out, so he pulled back. Seamus was in the left. And now there are the two leads of the heat waiting to finish this hit. They really want the hit to finish right now, but still 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. Maybe a bit less because the clock is stuck. Yeah, it's 1 minute 10 seconds.
Well, I'll tell you what, El Frontón has the ability to stop time, so the timer stopped. But online, I'm seeing live heat scoring, and we are down to under a minute remaining in this heat. Marley Dunn's going to call it a day. I mean, he's got this heat pretty much in the bag unless a miracle happens. But hey, with 48 seconds to go, miracles can happen. There we go. Nice roll out of the pit. Who is that? I can't even see. There's so much white water. Nestor, thank you. So Nestor needed a 3.36, folks. That could have been it. We'll see.
Yeah, let's see. It was pretty much in the side. I don't know if the judges will score their more than 3 points, but the guys are still busy till last second. There is only 20 seconds remaining. His Dylos holding the first priority, waiting for something to improve that 3.36 2, but there are only 10 seconds remaining. There's nothing out there, and he's the recap. It's Nestor Perez in that ride that he couldn't make it, unluckily.
And
then
then
he's Seamus McGoldrick. No, Marley Dam, sorry.
that
left.
by the way, I want to point out that Marley Dunn caught 8 waves in that heat. That's insane.
Yeah, it was super busy, this one. And then, so we just finished the heat. We are waiting for the next heat, and pretty much we are going to follow. We are going to the commercial breaks pretty soon, and we will start with the third heat pretty in just 1 minute.
And woo, here we go.
Aquí estamos otra vez, ahora mismo me acompaña Begoña Martínez, otra vez aquí en este booth. Vaya olazas, ¿eh?
Está increíble allá abajo. The swell, it's still good, you know, it dropped a lot, but it's still very comfortable and very impressive to watch. Let's just hit the water because we have the next hit of this round number 4, an elimination round that will give the chance to 2 riders, but there's also a special format right here. We will be giving the chance to the 4 best third results, because we need 16 riders to advance to the round number 5. So Jonathan Vega in red, Carlos Sanz in white, William Lujan in yellow, and Daute Perdomo in black.
Yeah, all the guys from Gran Canaria, all of them are locals here, have been surfing here for a long time. Willie is the youngest guy in this heat, and he has been surfing here for maybe 10 years. So he has a lot of experience here as well. And let's see. Now we had just received a message from Seamus Mackin saying hello to everyone, sending a lot of support.
Hola, zanahoria.
Seamus, we love you que te cagas. And he's Willie Lujan opening this heat. In that left, let's see if he can get the round. Big Rolo. Good start for Willie Lujan.
It's a good start. You know, you need to perform the best you can. You need to build your score. There are a few ways to advance in a heat. This is Jonathan Vega. Nice ARS textbook for Jonathan Vega. He is always in control of this maneuver, always getting a lot of projection. He's got a great technique.
Yeah, you can see how low is the tide that Seamus McGoldrick is walking on the reef. Normally it's full of water.
That's
now
right.
It's dry.
You can definitely, that's like a little channeling there, right? So it comes down to knowing where the channels are in the middle of the reef, and then there's like little pools, I say. There is a big pool towards the right, but there's also, you saw that one? So maybe, you know, it's a safe place. I don't know, you know better than me.
Yeah, it's the safest place to when you go in, when you go straight, is the, like, you have to find those pools to go to the shore.
Right. Yeah, I have only go in through
Straight.
you know, there's like a stick and everyone tell you hit the stick.
Yeah.
You know, there is a
big pole.
a pole there, and once I did it right, and it was really comfortable. But you know, I don't dare to do that with a little size. It's only when it's really small. So good job there. And like you said, this heat, full Canarian. Jonathan Vega with the 5. William Lujan with a 4.25. Still, we haven't seen anything of Carlos Sanz. Carlos also did a great job last year. He ended up fifth, I think. Or it was in 2020?
I don't really remember, but yeah,
But yeah.
he always makes a good
Result,
work. Yeah.
And we saw his video at the beginning, the opening ceremony here. It was really, he has a very cool clip. If you guys haven't checked it, it's called Gratitude, right?
Yeah. And now, while we are waiting for Carlos and Daute to start their wave in this heat, we're going with Jay Real for the interview with Marley Dam.
Previous heat winner, Marley Dunn from Australia. Congratulations, Marley.
Thanks, man. Cheers.
So, Marley, I talked to you earlier. You said you're not really a person to compete very often. I'm calling BS on that. Is this true? Are you a competitor at heart?
I'm a little bit competitive, I guess, but I don't really do competitions very often. I think the last one I did was, like the Kiama comp or something, maybe like 4 years ago or something. So, yeah.
Well, you haven't lost a step in that 4 years, and I have to say you were working those rights out there consistently. In fact, you caught 8 waves in that contest. Was it your strategy to hang out on the right-handers?
Yeah, I thought the rights had some like good ramps, and they seemed to be scoring well, so I thought I'd give it a go and just have a bit of fun out there. That's why I caught so many waves, I guess.
All right, so we're early on in the competition, plenty more to go. Are you going to rest up and get ready for the next round?
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
All right,
Sounds
best of luck to you.
Thanks, bro.
All right.
Have a good one.
Back to you guys. Good job.
Yeah, we are back here in the heat number 3, round number 4. Jonathan Vega still leading this heat. Willie Hang is in second place, Carlos Hang in third, but we're still waiting for some score. We just saw Willie Lujan in a left, so he will improve his score. Maybe he will jump in the first place. Here we have Willie got a 3.25 with a total score of 7.5. Now leading this heat, more than 30 minutes remaining, and Seamus sent another message. His kids, Vincent and Quentin, wants to serve Fronton. They are less than 10 years old, so they are watching this come and they're frothing to paddle out there.
Oh well, you gotta get yourselves here, and look at this. It's Willie getting a 3.25, and now he is in the lead. Gotta be careful with these other riders. He knows he has to take as many waves as possible, but actually, it all comes down in not to taking too many waves, but to choose right and seize every opportunity you have. But well, Willie has been surfing really good so far, and remember, we will have 2 spots of every heat. That will make 12 riders, but we need 16 for round number 5. And the judges and the technical team, I'll tell you more. Here's a wave for El Pella.
Yeah, Jonathan Vega in that ride, in that nice barrel. Maybe looking for a section. Yeah, it's a nice roll for Jonathan Vega. His second wave of this heat. It's going to be pretty intense between the fight between Jonathan and Willie at this moment. Carlos and Daute still chilling too much, a little bit.
That's sometimes it's not such a good technique, but you never know. You know, there's always somebody that knows how to wait. You know, for some people, it's the best thing to do. They actually feel more comfortable, but some other people will say, no, you have to build your score, you have to mark the points, and that's what actually Jonathan Vega is doing with a 6-point ride. Now in the lead, and now the situation becomes a bit harder for the rest of the competitors. Willie looking for a 6.75 to get back to that first position. Carlos looking for a 6. Daute looking for a 6.55. Possible, still 11 minutes and a half.
Yeah, only needs 2 waves. Jonathan got a 6 and a 5. It was a barrel and a roll. The other one was pretty similar. A bit worse, I would say. The judges will mark on the scores, and Carlos, I think he's looking for a left. Now he's turned around, he starts to paddle. He wants a big ram in the left, and here we have Carlos Sanz in that left, but it's a big close out. He couldn't hit the ramp, cannot make a big move there. But here we have another set coming. Just 10 minutes and 50 seconds remaining. Guys are very active in the water, Jonathan and Willy Lujan. And we have the last score of Carlos San, 0.85. Still not enough. He needs 6 points to get the second position. And Daute is still needing almost a 7.
That's right. Maybe we can do some Spanish for everyone tuning in. Since this is a full Canarión hit. Un hit solo de chicos de Gran Canaria. Jonathan Vega súper bien con una sumatoria de 11. Willy buscando un 6.75. Carlos, que ha estado bastante tranquilo, demasiado yo diría. Igualmente que Daute Perdomo. Son dos riders muy buenos, muy conocedores de esta ola. Y aquí viene justamente Carlos, backdooring, entra y sale en ese tubo. Hace un un aéreo reverse que estuvo muy bien ejecutado, pero cae en esa zona de la que estábamos conversando tú y yo temprano esta mañana.
Claro, está claro, pero bueno, también aquí hemos visto el ángulo de la cámara, que no es el mismo ángulo que los jueces.
También es verdad.
Vamos a ver si los jueces lo han visto de otra manera, pero parece ser que le quitarán algo desde esta perspectiva, pues se le quitaría algún puntito por aterrizar en un lado. A lo mejor los jueces lo han visto más desde frente, han visto un mejor aterrizaje y le dan otra puntuación, pero es muy importante que sepan, que entiendan que la visión de la cámara no es la misma que la de los jueces, y algunas notas que ustedes pensarían que llegan a un punto, los jueces piensan que otra, como por ejemplo este súper invertido de Jonathan Vega ahí en la derecha, una volada muy bien ejecutada con un aterrizaje perfecto. Vamos a ver si es suficiente para mejorar esa segunda nota, ese backup de 5 puntos de Jonathan Vega.
Sí, así es. La verdad que Jonathan tiene una proyección impresionante. Yo nunca me canso de decirlo. No sé si es porque él es bien ligero o su técnica es la que le permite. Yo creo que es una combinación de ambas, pero es un rider increíble. Y mira esta bomba para Willy Lujan.
Sí, aquí lo tenemos en esa derecha. Iba a ser bastante rápida, no muy abierta. Así que tuvo tiempo de tirarse, de quitarse ahí, que no ser chupado por la ola. Y lo demos de vuelta al pico, que claro, sabe que los otros competidores necesitan, nada más Carlos Samara necesita 3.86. Eso en cualquier ola lo puede conseguir. Sabe que en 8 minutos es mucho tiempo para Carlos San y para Daute. Así que Willy tiene que mantenerse activo, incrementar ese 3.25 que tiene como mínimo, aunque sería mucho mejor que incrementara también su puntuación más alta, ese 4.25. Pero vamos a ver, mucho tiempo por delante para estos 4 riders canarios. Y parece que Jonathan lo tiene un poquito más asegurado con ese 5.75 que obtuvo en este invertido. Una suma total de 11.75, de 11 a 11.75. Y se está distanciando un poquito más de sus contrincantes.
Sí, es un momento realmente peligroso, si se quiere, para Willy. Porque esos puntajes son nada para estos chicos. Un 3.65 es lo que recibió Carlos Sanz, buscando ese 3.86, realmente completamente posible para Carlos. Y Daute, que también ha estado un poco tranquilo, un poco callado, pero puede en cualquier momento sorprender. So that was an update in Spanish, since we have a full Canarian local heat. And I know, and we know, there is a lot of people tuning in for this gentleman's in the water. So far is Jonathan Vega. As Alex said at the beginning of the day, one of the favorites always here at the Gran Canaria Frontón King, Jonathan Vega.
Yeah, Jonathan Vega is one of those guys that everyone thinks, how this guy had not won a Frontón King yet. The same as Dylo.
I think so too.
Yeah, they are always 2 of the favorites. Now we are Jonathan in this hit, and yeah, everyone wants him to win because he has been surfing here for super long. He's super good local, and everyone knows that he's one of the best out there. While we are going to read some comments from the YouTube channel, tenemos aquí a Sur Taxi, saludos de Playa Punta Pelícano, Nuevo Chimbote, Perú, bendiciones, aquí saludos, también de Radical Wave, mucho nivel, todos han superado esa ola mucho, suerte a todos. También tenemos a Bix Kamai. Aloha from Hawaii, boys. Aloha.
Yo, Bix.
Mahalo.
What's happening, brother?
Wild Suits. Saludos from Ericeira.
Hola, chicos. Boa tarde.
Tenemos aquí desde todos los lugares del mundo. Tenemos a Stumsa. Still remember Jai Reel from Morris Raw. One Living Legend. Yeah, one friend just told me, "Oh, could you ask Jay to sing the song that he sang in Ocean Fire?"
He will sing it for sure. He loves to sing. He's
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah,
He's so good, guys. You wouldn't believe it. I'm staying with him. He's such a great guy. I'm so fortunate to have. We are fortunate to have that partner. He is a great guy, a great person, and very professional. So thank you very much, Vicky, for letting him work with us. Vicky Real, back in California, another pro bodyboarder. His wife, excellent person. I haven't met her personally, but she looks so much fun. So thank you, Vic, for that.
In my mind, it's still being Vicky Gleason.
Right, yeah.
Because I'm super used to the newspaper, to the magazines, and all those old school videos. So for me, it's still being Vicky Gleason. Sorry for that.
And there is an interview we were listening while we were having lunch this afternoon with Jay Riptide, who is one of our media partners. Just did a podcast with her. It's pretty interesting to know all her story. There is a lot that excuse my ignorance, I didn't know about her, and it's amazing. She's actually from Port Mac, so yeah. And maybe I will take this opportunity while no one's surfing to say thanks to all of our sponsors. Remember, this event is presented by Gran Canaria European Sport Island, el Cabildo de Gran Canaria y su proyecto La Isla de Mi Vida, Galdar, el Ayuntamiento de Galdar, City Hall, Cerveza Corona, NMD Borco, Hasio Guest House. I don't know who owns Hasio. Link Store, Océano y Hydro Flask, Red Bull. Y tenemos, por supuesto, media partners que son Riptide, We Bodyboard, Vert Mag y Medusa Mag.
Y aquí tenemos a Carlos Sang usando su segunda prioridad en esa derecha, ahí frenándose, a ver si puede meterse ahí un poquito en el tubo, lo consigue. Intenta salir con un rolo y vamos a ver si consigue salir de esa espuma.
Buena técnica.
Ahí lo tenemos, ha conseguido raspar esa puntuación. Y aquí tenemos la respuesta de Daute Perdomo, el cuarto clasificado, frenándose ahí en esa derecha, a ver si consigue meterse en el tubo. Parece que le está dando ahí un poquito de sombra, pero al final la ola se lo ha comido y no va a ser una buena ola para Daute Perdomo. Una pena que
Iba
sigue
bien,
en cuarta posición.
Iba muy bien. ¿Tú crees que él debió haberse salido en esa pequeña oportunidad que tuvo?
Sí, yo creo que igual incluso intentar un rolito ahí para alejarte un poquito de toda esa espuma, pues podría haber sido una opción. Él no decidió hacer otra cosita, como tenemos a Carlos aquí que hizo ese rolo.
Me gustó la técnica, fue difícil, tal vez no fue tan fluido, pero lo logró. Y mira, este es el momento, ese momento estuvo súper bien, él entra en el tubo, pero tal vez tratar de buscar una salida, y como tú dices, puede haber sido un rolo, igual iba a ser un rolo explosivo.
Sí, atravesando el labio ahí, a lo mejor podría haber sido, agarrando muy fuerte el buggy, a lo mejor podría haberlo conseguido, pero bueno, es muy fácil verlo desde fuera, desde la pantalla.
Claramente. Bueno, y no sé si ustedes saben, pero este evento tiene un par de actividades extras. Hay algo que es propio de este solo evento para celebrar, para conmemorar la décima edición del Frontón King. Vamos a hacer algo que se va a llamar el King of Kings, por supuesto, si nos permite el tiempo en el campeonato. Es una pequeña competencia entre los ganadores del Frontón King, del Gran Canaria Frontón King. Va a ser entre Lionel Medina, Miguel Macías, que bueno, se quiso dar oportunidad también, él ganó en el 2013, ¿no?
Exacto.
Claramente. Dailos Rodríguez, que no ha ganado, pero ha sido de los que ha llegado, de los que más podiums ha tenido. Guillermo Cobo, también, que ha tenido una excelente...
Ganó la segunda edición.
Claro, ganó la segunda edición hace millones de años.
2014.
Claro. Y bueno, Pierre-Louis, Amaury, Laverne, Tristan Roberts y Jared Houston, que no pudo venir por temas de lesiones, pues ellos ahí se van a disputar ser el rey de reyes aquí en el Gran Canaria Frontón King en su 10ª edición. Y también vamos a tener el clásico Red Bull Banana Challenge. Esto es un premio extra a la mejor maniobra, que viene otra ola para Carlos Sainz.
Sí, aquí tenemos a Carlos Sainz en esa izquierda, que sorprendentemente ha cambiado la situación, ha dejado a Willy Lohan en tercera posición, con ese 6.25 que tenía Carlos en esa derecha, y parece que lo tranquilo que estaba al principio se ha activado en este final de manga, y ahora mismo está dejando a Willy Luján, otro de los grandes favoritos, fuera. Pero es que bueno, Carlos Sainz también es otro de los favoritos.
No se puede dejar pasar ni un segundo. So change of situation with that wave of Carlos Sanz. He got a 6.25 and left. Willy Lujan in the third position. Willy looking for a small score. And here he comes. There's a split pick situation. Is Daute there with a spin connected to a very dangerous section there. Got sucked in. Oh, well, he has to get out of there real fast. But Daute knows this place very well. It was Willy going to the left?
Yeah, and he only needs 5.66, and there are only 15 seconds left. We are waiting for his score. Maybe he can change the situation. We don't know yet. We haven't seen the wave. And there's a massive wave breaking out there. He's Jeff and all the guys frozen with this show that the guys are making out there.
Well, so good. So far, so good. We're waiting for a couple scores. Yeah, look at that. Well, people, we don't know what's going to happen. That wave of Willy Lujan could be that 5.65 he is waiting for. And he probably get back that second place that he was holding for a while.
Yeah, I think that we are going to make a little recap of Jonathan Vega.
Well, we do have the
The
scores
winner.
for Willy Lujan, and it's a 5. Unfortunately, it's not enough. Good effort there for the young William Lujan. And this is the heat recap, as you were saying.
Yeah, he's Jonathan Vega, the winner of this hit. His best wave of this hit is the big RS that Jonathan did in his first wave. Then, in that ride, he did a nice invert of Jonathan Vega, the guy who won the previous hit. And this is all. While we are tuning in the next hit, we're going to have a little commercial break, and we will back pretty soon. See you now.
¿Alguna vez te has preguntado por qué siempre quieres más? Más lunes sin alarmas. Más primeras veces. Más olor a mar y a campo. Más sonrisas a cámara. Más amigos de repente. Más reírte de la vida. Más disfrutar del camino. ¿Y si la respuesta nunca ha estado en el qué, sino en el dónde? Gran Canaria. Mucho por vivir.
Welcome back, everyone. This is the second day of competition in our second block of the day. We had one block in the morning, really explosive, really impressive. Right now, we are in the round number 4 of the men division. Jay, what's the environment out there?
Well, you know, I just ran into Jeff Hubbard, and he is like shaking with anticipation. He can't wait to get out in the water, and neither can I. Let's take a look at what's happening out in the water. We have Borja Granados. Oh, the names disappeared from our screen real quick, so I'm going to look them up here.
Thank you,
There we go.
production.
Thank you. And we have Ruman Rey, Julian Gonzalez, and Jorge Saavedra all battling it out here in heat number 4, round 4. There are 6 heats in this round, and we mentioned kind of a weird number of heats. Of course, top 2 advance, but so do 4 of the third placing competitors, the 4 that have the highest heat scores. So you're not out of it if you're in third, and already some waves under the belt of some of these competitors.
Eso es verdad, voy a explicar un poco eso en español porque igual tenemos a 4 competidores de habla hispana. Les cuento que en esta ronda van a pasar la primera y la segunda colocación y también hay una oportunidad para los terceros lugares, pero tienen que tener los mejores scores. ¿Por qué está pasando esto? Porque de esta manera como está establecido, avanzando 2, íbamos a tener 12 competidores. Y para completar, los competidores que están sembrados, que son la segunda mitad del top 32, necesitábamos 16 competidores. Entonces se le va a dar la oportunidad a los 4 mejores tercer lugares de esta ronda. Suena un poco enredado, pero no lo es tanto, es sencillo. Los que tengan los más altos puntajes que hayan quedado en la tercera posición van a tener un lugar dentro de la ronda número 5. Es un formato especial, recordando que tuvimos una cantidad de registros históricos acá en el Gran Canaria Frontón King. Y bueno, el equipo técnico va un poco moviendo dentro de las posibilidades, dentro de lo establecido en el libro de reglas de la IBC World Tour, los formatos para poder cumplir con las exigencias de esta cantidad de registros. Así que eso es lo que estamos viendo en este momento. Son hits de 20 minutos. Esta es la ronda 4, hit 4. Vamos a hacer hoy toda la ronda 4 hasta el hit número 8. Y bueno, ya terminaríamos el día y mañana les estaríamos diciendo qué es lo que va a ocurrir. Recuerden, el check-in es bien temprano todos los días. Nosotros llegamos aquí de noche hoy.
So 5 minutes away in this heat, and Borja Granados off to a commanding lead of 5.75 for his first ride. Kind of a medium score, you know. It's scored out of 10 possible points, that being a perfect ride. So certainly commanding lead for Borja Granados, and White now taking off. Julian Gonzalez launches into the stratosphere, but he gets stuck behind the whitewash, and Julian Gonzalez trying to make something happen here. He has a 1.9 as his first wave. Will that better that last wave? And I think we just saw a competitor from the prior heat making his way in still. It takes a while to get in here. We've talked about that repeatedly, especially on a day where we have a lot of wind like today and a bigger swell. Some of these riders actually have to make their way down the coast. Technically, it's to the east. Where there's actually a boat ramp. It's a little easier to get out, a little bit of a walk. And Red taking off on this wave. Bego.
Let's see if this one serves a role for Borja Granados, son of the greatest Burbujita. Estaba por ahí como siempre Burbu a full todos los días acá, desde hace varios días, un excelente colaborador del Gran Canaria Frontón King. Muchísimas gracias. Y esta es la repetición de... Sí, tenemos algunas repeticiones de este hit y esta última ola de amarillo. Un rolo bien ejecutado. Entonces, wow, that was really difficult to make. Wow, I wonder if that hurt.
Well, my ribs hurt just watching that.
Well, you're injured.
I know. I did hurt my ribs a while ago, so I know what that feels like. Nice rolo on really a kind of a crumbly section. So you can see a lot of action with all those replays we just saw already happened within this heat. And, you mentioned Borja Granados of Burbujitos fame, right? Let's talk about one of the prior world champions who used to be associated with that brand, Marina Taylor.
You're good.
Canarian female bodyboarder, one of the best female drop knee riders I have ever seen.
Same here, probably the best.
Yeah.
We have the interview ready with Ale and Jonathan Vega. Please, Ale, take it away.
Vale, aquí estamos con Jonathan Vega, el ganador de la manga anterior. Las condiciones bastante difíciles, la marea muy vacía, el viento bastante fuerte, dejando bastantes baches ahí. ¿Cómo te fue?
Sí, la verdad que las condiciones son inmejorables porque hay suficientes olas para surfear. Es verdad que están un poco complicadas porque la marea es un poquito vacía para la potencia que tiene. Entonces es muy importante la elección de olas. Entonces una buena elección hará que la manga te vaya mejor o te pueda ir peor. Entonces es muy importante.
Y la verdad que con las condiciones que han habido entre ayer y hoy, vas de menos a más. La primera manga empezaste un poquito más floja, cada vez se te ve más fuerte. Sabes que eres uno de los favoritos y dispuesto a llegar a la final desde los triales.
Sí, la verdad que estoy muy ilusionado y la posibilidad que da este evento de que puedas entrar 2 veces en la manga te da una tranquilidad porque puedes empezar de menos a más y eso es importante para coger confianza. Yo me veo con ganas, con mucha ilusión, cada vez con más e intentar hacer lo mejor posible cada round y si es así, pues genial, la verdad que sí.
Okay, he said that he used too much his knowledge to win this heat because the conditions are super tricky, a lot of wind, the tide is super low, but there is swell enough to run the contest, so you have to use all your knowledge. And now I ask about being in the first heat of in the first round of the trials, and he wants to win this event, and he's super focused on it, he's super motivated, and maybe his first year winning this Frontón King. He's super on it, and we wish you a lot of luck for the next hit.
Thank you, thank you.
So we are back with Jay and Bego.
Interview there from Ale. Ale holding on here for the locals. Great commentator. Thank you very much, Ale. And of course, congratulations to one of the favorites in this event. It's Jonathan Vega. Great guy, an excellent bodyboarder.
So what I'm seeing out here is obviously we got a lot of crosswind chop, maybe a decrease in the swell energy, but no decrease in the energy from these competitors. And there are still the odd bomb or two coming in. So these guys maybe get off their guard a little. They sit a little bit further inside. And then a big set comes, and you just see him motor for the horizon trying to get under it. So it's a real cat and mouse game here with the waves that come in as we get down to the 10-minute mark in this heat. And Borja Granado is holding down the lead, but Jorge Saavedra only needs a 1.26. Ruben Rey needs a half a point. Julian Gonzalez needs a 2.61. Here we go.
That's right. Let's see this one for the heat leader, Borja Granados. Perfect. I take back the perfect part because the landing was, I think he actually performed it really well, but he got a little bit too ahead of his board, and that didn't allow him to flip it right, but I really enjoyed the technique. 4A marked ARS.
Yeah, so he was a little nose heavy coming out of that move. He's finishing the spin on the face. Let's take another look at that one. Nice bowling wave. Carves it off the bottom right here out of the bowl. Hits the lip perfectly at that crease. Look at him. Nice aerial maneuver. Spins it around and just gets a little off the outside rail, it looked like, and tried to pull himself back on the board, but to no avail. So Borja Granados still holding down first place in yellow.
Aquí viene Ruimán Rey, está buscando un tubo, peligroso momento para Ruimán, bueno, pero él realmente con una carrera extensa, no es para nada extraño a este tipo de condiciones y va a saber salir de ahí. No está tan complicado en este momento como lo estuvo en la mañana haber hecho eso podía haberte costado un golpe o un susto, ya que estaba mucho más grande la ola, pero ahora, a pesar de que tenemos olas, no está tan grande, está más tranquilo. Ahí está sano y salvo Ruimán Rey, un buen esfuerzo, no lograba conseguir ese tubo. Hasta ahora es Borja Granados en la primera posición con 9.25. Los scores en este hit no muy altos. La verdad que con 8 minutos y 10 hay posibilidades para todos estos riders de avanzar, sin olvidar que los 4 mejores tercer lugares también tienen una probabilidad de avanzar en esta ronda número 4 hacia la ronda 5, que tiene 16 sembrados de lo que de la segunda parte de el top 32.
Well, Ruimán Rey on his last wave really picked a heavy spot to duck out of that wave, and he was in no hurry to get back out there. I think that rung his bell pretty good. Just literally dove off right where the lip was landing. Presumably he's fine, out of frame right now. He's paddling his way back out. And I'll tell you what, man, it is, it's critical, even though the swell seems to be slowly declining. Certainly the surf is critical. Ruimán Rey holding down first priority now, and Jorge Saavedra in second priority. So here we go. Rui Monrey is going to pick up where he left off on that last one. He tries for another insider, and he's going to give up that first priority, I think, on that one.
I think that was Julian, right?
Oh, I did have the colors wrong. You're absolutely right. Look at this. Black. Jorge Saavedra, not really a great wave for him, and that one is in and out quickly, but he's holding down second place currently in the heat, the Peruvian. We'll wait for that score to come through. He's got to lose the 1.5 low score that he has, and that one's not going to do it at a 1.1. So Jorge Saavedra still on the hunt. Rui Monrey and Julian Gonzalez well within reach of those top two spots here, both needing pretty low scores to get that second spot.
And look at it, we have Ismael inviting us to go and surf with him at El Confital. You're going to love this wave. Have you surfed it?
No. I remember there used to be a World Tour event there. I think 3 years they had the World Tour event. I think Jeff Hubbard might have won one of those years. I'm not sure. But wow, Confital. Yeah, I'm keen. Drop knee wave. Could I drop knee that one?
Of course.
Okay.
You're
Long peeling right.
I'm
regular foot.
Oh,
yeah,
you're going to love it.
Yeah, I've seen the videos. Just a long right-hand peeler.
And it's
right?
barreling. It's very comfortable. It's a great wave. Thank you very much, Ismael Sanchez, brother. Thank you very much for tuning in and for inviting us. We will visit you for sure and surf with you. But this is Rui Monrey here. Nice looking barrel. Not really much there for Rui Man. You can tell the frustration. Looking for a 2.01. He is. Tiny score. I'm not really sure if that's going to be it because he didn't really spend too much time in the barrel. But I think it all comes down to doing a small maneuver. Jay, if he just rolls on something, he will definitely get that tiny score he needs.
Less than 5 minutes remaining now, and he's going to be looking on the hunt for that one last wave, and priority is going to be changing up here. If the rider actually paddles for and gets under the power of a wave, whether they catch it or not, they lose priority. So you have to be really sure when you start paddling for a wave that that's going to be the one. And it does look like some solid lines out the back here with 4.5 minutes remaining in this heat. We could see some changes in placings here in this heat. Again, the top point getters out of the third place competitors in this round will advance through. And look at this bomb outside for red. Borja Granados takes off, pulls in behind the curtain. Can he come out? Oh. And no sirree. That thing's just chandeliers on top of him. You see him pop up real quick, and now he's right in the zone here. Meanwhile, outside, Jorge Saavedra, the Peruvian, gets another wave, and this one offering a little lip section on the inside to roll off of, and Jorge Saavedra making the most of that one. He needed a 4.76 to move into the lead, but he is holding down. Now we're having some lead changes, so let's wait for the scores to drop before we make the call on the placings, because they're going to change here, and we'll see what we're getting to now with 3.5 minutes remaining in this heat.
Eso es, estamos esperando que caigan importantes notas. Está la nota de la última ola de Jorge Saavedra, que lo dio todo hasta el final. La verdad, una actitud coherente con la actitud que sus hijos han venido trayendo este año. Vimos a Hannah surfeando muy bien en los eventos de junior femenino. Tanto la vimos también en Iquique surfeando en la categoría femenina. Y aquí viene una ola importante, un backflip, cayendo un poco en una zona que tal vez no es la más adecuada por el tema de que siempre hablamos de que esta X que se forma en el frontón y te da la oportunidad sí de volar, pero de caer también en una parte, digamos, flat, el final de esa X. Vamos a ver qué piensan los jueces. Julián González está buscando por un 5.35 para ser segundo y continuar en competencia. Es Rui Monrey quien necesita un score súper chico. Aquí viene, entra en el tubo. Este puede ser el score si completa ahí. Un 3.26 está buscando el majorero Rui Monrey. Vamos a ver si lo consigue.
All right, so the action getting hot and heavy here with just about 2 minutes remaining. Take a look at this one. White takes off on this wave earlier. Julian Gonzalez launching that backflip, landing as the wave just peters out in that deep channel right there. Meanwhile, right behind him, we saw Ruiman Rey disappearing from view, covered and coming out, throwing a little claim there at the end, certainly warranted on that wave, and Ruiman Rey waiting to see how his status is changing. And here's one of these bomb waves. See, every once in a while, you still get these big sets coming in. So these guys picking off some of these smaller waves on the inside, and then suddenly bombs come on the outside, and they're sort of out of position. So very interesting dynamics out here as the swell changes and the wind factors into this whole thing.
That's right, and if you, in case you missed it, we are going to continue today all the way till finish the round number 4, which are 8 hits. And that will be it for the day. This is the last minute of the round number 4.
6 heats.
6 heats?
I think we have 6 heats in this round, which is why we're taking the third place
right. I'm very
competitor.
sorry.
So just a couple more heats
Yeah,
after
you're right.
this one. I know there's so many rounds in this event. In the men's, I think we have something like 12 rounds. Phenomenal. A lot of competitors here. Somewhere in the neighborhood of 200. And look at this wave out the back. 30 seconds to go. This could be all the marbles for Saavedra. And look at that. Oh, Julian Gonzalez going for broke on this spitting, twisting serpent of a wave. And that thing swallows him whole. And that is going to be it for Julian Gonzalez. Does not make it out. And we had another competitor on the wave immediately behind. We couldn't see what happened. I think that was Ruiman Rey. And here we go. Yet another wave. This is red. Borja Granados holding down first place in the heat. Bouncing his way out on the shoulder. Almost runs over Julian Gonzalez. And what an exchange at the end of that heat. A judging nightmare with 3 guys getting waves in the space of 15 seconds. And let's take a look at this recap here. We saw Jorge Saavedra on that bowler.
That's right, and this was last ditch effort for Julian. Good effort there, and Ruiman, who managed to change the situation. But we are waiting for some scores right now. And let's just, there's one single score that we are waiting for. That's Julian, but yeah, that's not going to make a difference. So guys, official results is Borja Granados in first position, and in second position Ruiman Rey. Jorge still has a chance because the 4 best third places can have a spot in round number 5. Don't go anywhere. We have 2 more hits for the day. We're going to hit a quick commercial break and going to be back in no time.
Okay, back in studio, our man on the scene, Ale Barbosa. Welcome back, Ale.
Thank you so much.
Wow, 2 more heats to go in today's competition. It's been a long day. We had phenomenal clean conditions all morning. A little bit more wind this afternoon, right?
Yeah, but the guys still ripping. Yeah, the conditions still pretty good. Wind is stronger. We can see more bumpy waves, but here we have Aitor Ojeda in yellow, Igor Sanchez in red, Jonas Almeida in white, and Miguel Coelho in black. We've got 3 Canarians and 1 Portuguese guy fighting in this heat to make this heat and go through to the round number 5.
Yeah, it's a long competition. I mean, we have something like a 15-day window here, and here's red taking off Igor Sanchez, pulls in and gets nailed inside the barrel, sucked over. Luckily, a smaller wave, and he'll be fine. He might make his way back around the edge of this right-hander. So obviously, right-handers and left-handers both on offer out here today. We've seen equal quality in both directions. And you just saw a quick glimpse of the staircase that the riders go up and down to get down to the edge of the water and get in and out here. And you can see the wind ripples, sort of a crosswind. Really reminds me of a spot in Hawaii called Half Point, but much bigger, much more magnified version of Half Point on a trade wind day. So very wedgy, very hollow, super fun.
Yeah. Now we have Aitor Ojeda leading this heat with a 5.5 wave, and Igor got a 1.5 in last one that we saw. We have Aitor paddling that right, maybe? Yeah, here we go. Aitor Ojeda in that right, he's deep in the barrel, and he can make it. Oh no, he couldn't make it. He's still in the barrel and could not get his second good score.
That is some heavy, heavy commitment right there, as he pulled in really behind the peak and hoped that he could make it out of the barrel. But I'll tell you what, it's going to take that sort of level of commitment to keep making it through the rounds. We get into higher and ranked competitors as we move through. And we're going to get into that main event here pretty soon. Not today, but coming up soon in the competition, where you're going to see the world's best hashing it out here, to take home the title of Frontón King. Really, in my estimation, at this point in the sport of bodyboarding, that is the crown jewel of the sport. You get crowned Frontón King, you are the king of the sport, at least for this event, if not the entire year. A great showcase of the sport.
Yeah, and luckily, the good season to run this event is at the end of the year, so it's the perfect closing of a whole tour of bodyboarding during the year.
I 100% agree with that. We're going to crown 2 world champions at this event in both the junior men's and the men's. We have 3 riders in contention for that men's crown. Of course, Tanner McDaniel. Let's get back to live action real quick here. Aitor rolls out of that pit, and that thing just fizzles out in the channel. Nice wave for him. He's already firmly in the lead, but we have Tristan Roberts, our reigning world champ, battling against Tanner McDaniel, and of course Alan Munoz. And look at this, drops in late in the pit, nicely slotted in that barrel, and a little spit to send him out onto the shoulder. And that wave just, you'll see him, he's parking it in the pit yet again and rolls it. I think we missed that part of the wave earlier, but fantastic ride for Aitor Ojeda.
Yeah, he's now leading the heat. He's very busy in this one, and while we are watching these guys waiting for his wave, we're going with Begoña with the interview with Borja Granados, the winner of the previous heat.
Thank you very much, guys. We're here with Borja Granados and little Tiare. This is his daughter, and he wanted to dedicate this win to her. So, Borja, cuéntanos un poco cómo estaba allá. Se ve bastante difícil, pero tú hiciste el trabajo, lograste los scores.
Sí, la verdad que me encontré la primera ola, nada más empezar la manga, estaban los competidores ahí un poco inquietos. Me cuadró la derechita esa, me pude hacer un tubito y un rolo, conseguí un 5.75, ya me centré en buscar otra ola mediana. No les cuadró a los restos de los chicos, ya que la siguiente creo que era un 3, una puntuación muy baja, pero bueno, se hicieron los deberes, se pasó primero, la familia aquí, la mujer abajo, ¿qué más puedo pedir aquí en el frontón? Mira.
He said he managed to do, thank you, he managed to get the scores, to find the good waves, and for him, he just did the homework. He's here with his family, his dad, his wife, and his little daughter, Tiare. Tiare, you want to say something?
Hola. Say hola. Hola.
¿Alguien a quien quieras saludar, a quien quieras agradecer?
Sí, siempre claro, a mi mujer, a mi hija, a mi papá, que siempre está apoyándome. Sin ellos no estaría aquí. Y mis amigos de la guata, por así decirlo, que sin ellos tampoco sería esto posible. Mil gracias a todos y a seguir duro.
Bueno, felicitaciones, Borja, y la mejor de las suertes para el resto de la competencia. Back to you guys.
Here we are back with the white rider in that left, Jonas Almeida, in his first wave of the heat.
Gracias, Pedro.
We have been, Aitor, Miguel and Igor pretty busy in this one. Miguel got a 7 points in his first wave, and Aitor have a total score of 975. Still 12 minutes, almost 30 seconds remaining. A lot of time for Igor and Jonas to get into the second position.
So one of the higher scoring heats in this round so far. Again, Miguel Coelho, while we were gone doing that interview, Miguel from Portugal picked off the best wave of the heat, a 7.0. It's his only wave. Check this out, driving from deep downtown. Another section falls in front of him, yet another, and it looks like he's out of luck, yet he pops out to the cheers of the crowd, and that was the 7.0 that Miguel Coelho picks off to get that 7.0. He's, again, only one wave under his belt, and he's hanging right there in second place. Third, Jonas Almeida needs a 3.76. Igor Sanchez needs a 5.51. And, as Ale mentioned, 11 and a half minutes, plenty of time remaining.
Yeah, here we have Igor Sanchez with first priority in red. Igor, normally he uses super chill and super calm during the hits. He cues the waves very, very well, and he likes to be sitting on the board, waiting for the good one. And normally he's not super busy in the hits. Let's see if he follows his regular strategy, or he changed a little bit in this one.
You know, this is one of the beauties of the priority system. Each competitor is given a priority based on what order they make it back out to the peak after a wave. And it prevents people from getting out of position. Back in the old days, no priority. You had to battle for position, and sometimes that would mean you'd end up too deep to make the wave, and it would just mean a heat of a lot of guys taking off, getting closed out because they're too deep, trying to out-position. But this provides people with a priority position, and then, hey, you get first pick, and you can sit wherever you want. Doesn't matter. Someone else takes the wave. It's your wave. You can drop in on them or whatever if you have first priority. The key is if you have second, third, or fourth priority, you want to try to find a little niche where you can get a wave that someone else might not want. It could turn out to be one of your best rides.
Yeah, while you're not in the first priority, you always have to wait for the other guys what to do, and then draw your own strategy. Now we are watching an incredible wave here at the Frontón. It is almost the view that the judges has got here at Frontón King, and they have a full vision of the wave, the right and the left, the ramps, barrels, everything.
You know what I have to ask you, Ale Barbosa, is you've been riding this wave for 25 years. You never get tired of looking at this place, right?
Nah.
Never get tired of it. You could watch and surf it all day. It's amazing, right?
Yeah. Sometimes we call the 100 faces wave because you can surf it with west swell, north swell, east swell. Sometimes it's just barreling. Sometimes it's just ramps everywhere. So we have like many different conditions here at the Frontón, but everyone loves the west balls with the big barrels in the right.
Ever changing. Now, I know there's a lot of waves on this island. For you, is Frontón, hold on, we got a competitor taking off, Igor Sanchez. Bottom turns in the bowl, launches it. Oh, ARS attempt, lands on a chop. It shoves him out the back. But is this your favorite wave on this island?
Not really.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, it's like the most surf during the whole year because you have many days of surfing. Here's the replay of Igor Sanchez in that areas that he couldn't complete. We have the landing, was pretty tough, and then the foam ate him. So yeah, we can surf it almost more than 200 days per year, but I like another one like Agujero or Pikachu. Those are my favorite wave here
Okay.
in the island.
Good to know. Yellow taking off. Oh, he kind of side slips into the lip, and that was brutal. Aitor Ojeda, that looked good at the takeoff, but then turned really ugly, and he's on the inside trying to regroup after that disastrous wipeout. I don't know if we can get a replay on that to see where it went wrong. I think he just kind of did not connect that rail on the wave face, couldn't get the forward drive to come out of that barrel. But he's sitting in first place, so he's in a good spot. And 7.5 minutes remaining in this heat. Red on the wave out the back. This is Igor Sanchez, a foam ball, and that one's not going to work out for him. So he had third priority at this point. Not really that big of a deal for him to give it a shot, as long as he doesn't miss a good one on the outside, and he heads back out for more.
Yeah, Igor only needs almost a 7 points, and there are 7 minutes remaining. There's plenty of time for him. He knows the way is so good, but with these conditions, you also need a bit of luck. It's super bumpy, a bit windy, and you can see the scores are not huge, but there's still some good scores. Like Miguel Coelho got the 7 point in that left that we saw, that nice and deep barrel going through many sections, and I think that Igor is looking for that. And also Jonas, who is holding the first priority along in the peak, waiting for a wave. He needs a 5.16. He only has served one wave in this one with 3.25 points, and he has 6 minutes remaining.
So Jonas Almeida is in an interesting predicament here. As you mentioned, he needs a 5.16 to move into guaranteed advancement. But more importantly, if he wants to be one of those third place riders, if he ends up in third, he has to have a much higher score if he wants to get that advancing slot. 4 of the third place getters out of these 6 heats will move on. Right now, with a 3.25 total heat score, he's out of the running for that. So he needs a bomb any way you slice it. And he does sit in first priority. So he has a choice and plenty of time left with about 5.5 to go in this heat. Jonas Almeida probably with the most pressure on his back right now to get a good one.
Yeah, at the moment we have Salomon Moore with a little bit more than 10 points. Willie Lujan almost 10 points. Another guy with 7 points. So he's pretty far from those scores. And he needs to improve a lot his total score. He has 5 minutes remaining. We are watching Igor Sanchez paddling for that right. Also Miguel Coelho in the left. Here we have Igor Sanchez in a quick closeout. Couldn't drive too much. And here we have Jonas Almeida paddling for that left. Oh, he couldn't get it. Maybe he will lose the priority. Yeah, we are here. We have Aitor Ojeda calling for the priority. The judges just switched the priority. Aitor now is holding the first one, and Jonas the second priority. We have 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Still a lot of time for Jonas and Igor.
No question about it. In fact, we saw in that last heat, there were like 3 waves ridden in the last 30 seconds. And you mentioned Jonas Almeida now with second priority. He's still in a good spot. Aitor Ojeda holding down first. Jonas Almeida needs a 5.16 to get in that second spot and guarantee his advancement into round number 5. But will that wave come? Will it come? It's been very consistent today. I haven't really seen more than a couple minutes go by without a set wave. Plenty of scoring opportunities remain in this 3 minutes and 40 seconds that we have left in this heat.
Yeah, Jonas needs around 5 points to be second, but he also needs around 7 points to be one of the best thirds. So it's going to be pretty tough for him. Also for Igor, the clock is going super fast for them, pretty slow for the other two. Let's see what happens in the last 3 minutes of this heat. The heat number 5 of the round number 4. Then we will go into the last heat of this round, heat number 6, round number 4. And probably, if the light is still on, we will run the round number 5, at least the first and second hit.
Maybe. We'll have to see. It's the officials' call whether to continue the event today. Plenty of swell in the forecast for the foreseeable future, really. In fact, Friday is forecast to be really big, right?
Yeah, it looks really big. Luckily, the tide will be bigger, so we will have more time to run the event. We will not need that super long tide break, so probably we'll have a good day to show.
I heard some people saying it might be too big on Friday.
Yeah. Let's
Maybe
see.
not for you.
No, it's big for everyone. But let's see if we can ride this one. So he's Aitor Ojeda in that ride, and somebody in the left. I couldn't see the color.
So yeah, we just got the call that round 5 is going to kick off this afternoon, the first 2 heats anyway. So we are not done. We have heat 5 underway now, heat 6 coming up in just 1 minute and 50 seconds, and then 2 more heats after that. So we're going to be running heats for a while here. And check this wave out for yellow. Kind of side slips into that pit, just staying just ahead of the shock wave there. Nice bowling section, eyeballs the lip and catapults up into the roof and gets flung out into the flats. Does he hang on? I don't know. White, Jonas Almeida, also almost free falling into that one and then just consumed by foam. So a lot happening here with just a minute and a half to go.
Yeah, the wind is worse for the left than for the right. For the right, sometimes a bit offshore. For the left, is super bumpy. So Aitor is getting higher score on the right. Miguel got that 7 point in the left, but I think that the good scores are in the right. Everyone is getting more left, but maybe if they switch the strategy, they could make the hit. But at the moment, Aitor and Miguel are the 2 candidates to make this round.
All right, who do we got? Miguel from Portugal in second place currently and solidifying that with a solid roll, but does he hang on? No, he gets stuffed out the back. Miguel Coelho, that's a hard name to say, Coelho, needed a 2.75 to move into first. Maybe if he had landed that roll, he might have moved ahead of Aitor. And out the back, another wave here for White.
Yeah, ese era Jonas Almeida, local de aquí de Galdar, en esa última ola para él, en este Frontón King, ya que quedan 15 segundos, está en una posición bastante alejada del pico ya, no va a coger más olas. Una pena para él, nada más que felicitarlo por el gran campeonato que se ha hecho, pasando hasta la 4ª ronda. Y ya Jonas vemos que se va hacia la orilla, ya tira la toalla y parece que de forma oficial Aitor y Miguel van a ser los 2 ganadores de esta manga, los que pasarán a la ronda número 5, que ya se consideraría ya que entran en el top, ya que empiezan a luchar contra los últimos 16 de ese top 32. Mientras vemos aquí la repetición de Aitor Ojeda en esa izquierda, en ese bonito tubo, con ese bonito rolo que acababa ahí. Y también tenemos aquí las mejores olas del ganador de la manga, Aitor Ojeda, en esa derecha, bastante buena, salía ese tubo. Y ahí lo veíamos que intentaba buscar el rolo, pero se quedaba un poquito enterrado ahí en la espuma.
So great heat recap. Congrats to Aitor Ojeda. And we're going to pick this up. Heat number 6, the last of round 4, coming up after these commercial messages, folks. Stay tuned.
Aquí estamos de vuelta ya en el Gran Canaria Frontón King Pro. Me acompaña otra vez Begoña Martínez. Aquí estamos ya para la última manga de esta ronda número 4. Después seguiremos con la ronda número 5. Al menos haremos las 2 primeras mangas. Vamos a ver si hay tiempo para una tercera. No lo sabemos, lo dudamos un poquito, pero bueno, vamos a ver en este final del día cómo lo tenemos.
That's right. Let's hit the water, guys, because we have the last hit of the round number 4. Remember, the official call is that we are going to perform 2 hits of round number 5. So it's Javier Enriquez Cutilla in yellow, Robin Legros in red, David Perez Miranda in white, and Albi Sanchez in black.
Yeah, we have Javier Enriquez from Gran Canaria, Robin Legros, he's from Reunion Island, but has been living here in Gran Canaria for maybe more than 5 years. Then David Perez from Tenerife, and also Albi Sanchez from Tenerife. I know that David Perez loves the left, the same that Robin and Javi Enriquez. Albi, I don't know him too much, but he has been showing his skill and level during the whole competition. So let's see what happens in this hit. In this hit, Javi Cutilla, Javi Enriquez has got a 1.5, the first wave of the hit, and still plenty of time for the riders to improve their score, and also this is the last chance to be one of the best 4 third places.
That's right, and I hear singing happy birthday to someone. I wonder who has.
Avian Perdomo es el cumpleaños hoy.
Ay, qué bien. Felicitaciones, Avian. First wave of this hit, Javi Cutilla. Nothing really there for Javi.
Yeah, while Javi is piling back to the peak, we will have the interview with Jay Real and the winner of the last hit.
Aitor Ojeda, the winner of the last heat. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
So it seemed like you were in tune out there. You were going right, you were going left. Did you have a strategy before the heat?
No, actually, the conditions are changing a lot. So at the beginning, I get one left really good. And then I was watching the right, was a little bit bigger, and I saw a few barrels. So I say, okay, I have to go to the right to try to get big one. So I was moving on the left, on the right, trying to get the good one. That's it.
So is there any conversation between you and the other competitors out there?
Yeah, no, we were just quiet, looking the wave and trying to find the good one. So I was talking with myself. So just this only.
All right, very focused, and you're moving on to the next round. We wish you buena suerte for that, and go get some rest. Congratulations.
Muchas gracias. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Back to you guys in the studio.
Muchas gracias, Jay Aitor. Aquí estamos otra vez, Begoña Martínez y yo, Ale Barbosa, en esta última manga de la ronda número 4. En este hit número 6 tenemos ya que Robin Legros ha obtenido 8 puntos. Aquí vemos la repetición de Robin Legros en esa izquierda. Ahí lo vemos atacando esa sección con ese buenísimo backflip, rotación perfecta, cayendo en la parte de delante de la ola como le gusta a los jueces, y ese invertidito también, cayendo en la zona apropiada para tener esos 8 puntos.
That's right, we have been saying throughout the event, throughout the day, I'm sorry, because Robin, he flies a lot in that left, and he has performed several aerial maneuvers, but this time he did it on the perfect spot, landed in the flats of the wave, which is perfect, and got a great score. I think it's the higher score of the day. I'll tell you that right away, because in refresh system, the one that we are using right now.
Yeah, you are right. This is the best score of the day, and the second one is Jonathan Vegas, 7.5.
Oh, you were doing the same thing?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we're so connected.
Yeah.
That is right, and you guys can do the same thing at home. If you are curious about the whole event, the scoring system is in the IBC World Tour website. You go to the Watch Live button, click there. It takes you to this page that will show you the live streaming, and right underneath is the live scoring system. And you can click on the stats, and it will give you all the stats of this event so far. Top scoring waves, top hit results, day 1, day 2, And that's going to be working throughout the whole event. So I truly recommend you guys to do that. And if you want to keep going on the YouTube box, chat box, you can have 2 pages open.
Yeah, while we have black, Albi Sanchez from Tenerife in that ride, looking for a section. It's a nice roller. I think, he cannot complete that one. So unlucky for Albi, but still plenty of time for them. He needs a 2.5 to be second at this moment. And the waves are pumping. There's plenty of time for him to get that score. And we have the first score of Albi Sanchez, 1.85. Still not enough, but he's closer to the second position.
Vamos a leer un poquito sus saludos, vamos a ver si estos riders tan activos nos dejan, pero aquí se viene la primera para David Pérez Miranda. David, que está también en la categoría junior, es el hermano de Teresa Miranda, es un rider súper inteligente, me gusta mucho su técnica. Yo quedé impresionada el año pasado en Sintra, que él esperó, guardó la primera prioridad, estaba en la 4ª posición y en los últimos minutos del hit tomó una ola y cambió la situación. Desde ese momento me quedé pensando lo inteligente de su surfing. Teresa también es así, son personas de una, valga la redundancia, gente de una personalidad muy tranquila y saben esperar. David obtiene un 3 y ahora está en la 2ª posición. Vamos a ver, porque tanto Javier como Albi son capaces de conseguir buenos scores. Todavía hay bastante tiempo en el reloj. Y esta es la última manga, el último hit de la ronda número 4. Recordando que vamos a continuar, vamos a hacer 2 hits de la ronda número 5.
Sí, como te decía, David es un gran competidor y estoy segurísimo de que lleva muchos años viendo los 2 trofeos de su hermana Teresa, la Frontón Queen, perdón. Y aquí David quiere poner el de Frontón King al lado de esos de Frontón Queen. Ahí está intentándolo todo en esa izquierda que veíamos, en ese reverse que no podía completar. Pero bueno, David es un competidor muy inteligente, a pesar de su corta edad, porque como decía Begoña, está en su último año de junior, pero lo ves en el agua con mucha templanza, mucha calma, sabiendo bien lo que tiene que hacer, y la verdad que marca una gran diferencia con muchos competidores de su edad, porque parece que es un adulto más.
That's right, we were saying that David is a very calm and cool guy, brother of Teresa Miranda, great bodyboarder from Tenerife, and she actually is 2 times Frontón Queen, winning Alexandra Rinder in the same way, twice, the same time, the same way, with the barrel, tempo and right.
Tempo and right,
the
in the way. Left at the Frontón.
Yeah, and not small.
No.
I remember perfectly.
6 foot plus.
Yes.
So Teresa had 2 crowns of this event, and David Perez is looking for his first one. It's still a lot of hits in the future for him. Now he's placing in the 2nd position with a total score of 4.9, and he needs 6.01 to be first. First position hold by Robin Legros, who got the 8 points, the best score of the hit of the day, with that 8 points. It was a nice big backflip followed by a nice little invert.
Un saludo gigante para mi amigo Cristóbal Charafia de Noria Films, viendo desde Indonesia, brother. Un abrazo, un eventazo. Dice, a wave for Jovan Legros. Beautiful air forward. Unfortunately not landing in the front of the wave, but still, you will probably get a few pictures. He has so many of those. He's such a flying rider, huh?
Yeah, he's super light, he's super on fit, and he loves the left. Everyone knows that the left at Frontón is a huge bowl, and he loves to hit those ramps and fly away like a bird.
We have Teresa Miranda tuning in. Gracias, Ale y Bego. Vamos, David. Claro. Fran Pérez Domínguez, vamos, David. Dan Screen, vamos, David. Tenemos a Fran también por Albi. Y está Cuquín, Robbie, Aéreo Ultra Rider. Así es, Estefano Mosquera. Gracias a todos, chicos. Gracias por sintonizar un gran día de competencia y, por supuesto, todo esto dedicado a ustedes. El streaming es para ustedes. Ustedes son nuestra motivación. Gracias por acompañarnos. Ayúdennos a empujar este tipo de eventos, este tipo de iniciativas. Hay mucho trabajo atrás de esto. Hay mucho apoyo, mucha pasión, al igual que ustedes. Somos bodyboarders enamorados de nuestro deporte y lo hacemos por eso. Así que en todo lo que puedan, dennos una mano. Y aquí viene David. Un rolito ahí.
Sí, tenemos a David, que no es su mejor ola, pero necesita mejorar ese 1.90 que tiene de segunda nota. Necesita 3.61 porque Albi Sánchez le acaba de pasar. Ese competidor, ese compañero de isla, pues le acaba de dejar en tercera posición. Y mientras vemos también a Javi Cutillas ahí esperando con primera prioridad en el pico, buscando ese 5.10 que necesita. Pero bueno, todos no solo quieren estar segundos, quieren ser además el mejor tercero en caso de que al final se les dé la vuelta a la tortilla y se queden fuera de los 2 primeros puestos. Así que el objetivo aquí es hacer la mayor puntuación posible, no solo para pasarla, sino además quedar entre los 4 mejores terceros de esta ronda.
Claro, y tener una oportunidad más en la ronda número 5. Vamos a ver, este es el replay, la repetición de la última ola de Albi, que con esa avanzada, ¡buah!, es un mazo, como decimos en Latinoamérica. Muy bonito estilo también tiene Albi. La verdad, un estilo impresionante de estos riders canarios. Miren, ahí otra vez Robin o Roban intentando demostrar su capacidad de volar. Okay, guys, so far so good in this heat is Robin Legros advancing first, followed by Albi Sanchez doing a great performance, and David Perez Miranda looking for a very small score, as well as Javier Enriquez, who only need a 5.10, and he's been surfing really good throughout the event, so it's possible for him.
Yeah, yesterday we saw some of the best rides ridden by him. So, and this morning also we saw some good wave from Javier Enriquez Cutillas. He has the skills and the powerful and everything to get that score. He just need a bit of luck and get that wave, which lands him to the next round. And now we are having here a quick check, and at the moment looks like Salomon Moore has the best third position.
Yes, I'm checking here. Oh my God, we're so connected. I was doing the same thing.
Now we have live action in the water. That is in the left by Javi Cutillas wearing that yellow helmet and also the yellow rashi, looking for a 5.10. Let's see if the judges like it so much and can give them the scores.
We were saying it, Javi is completely capable. 5.10 is what he's looking for, and that's completely possible for him. Let's see if he can get that second position, get it out from Albi Sanchez. And Ale and we are connected in this heat, and we were checking the best third results so far. It will be, like you were saying, Salo Moore and Willy Lujan. And so far, who else?
Yeah, it's the second one. So the third one is... No, we have live action in the water with David Perez looking for that 3 point something, almost 4 points, still spinning, and it's going to be one of his best wave of this hit. While we have Albi Sanchez giving him an answer with that air forward that he cannot complete. Unluckily, he landed on the foam on that. And Javi Cutillas don't give up a breath in that good ride.
Okay, guys, I think there will be a change of situation. What a great performance from Javi. Look at that, even Pierre right there clapping. Great job there for Javi.
Yeah.
Look, he doesn't even believe it. Why? You are an amazing rider, Javi. You did great. Great barrel, Ale. He got sped. And he wasn't finished, He had to do that. It wasn't an air forward, but it was a projected off the leap air, forward spin. So let's see what the judges think. But he's looking for a 4.26 to be first, and I think that's going to be the score.
Yeah, he did the claim between the barrel and the spin, so he knows that he's happy with that score, and now he's leading the hit. He had been chilling the whole hit, and now he's leading the hit with his last 2 waves, while we had a air view from Robin Legros in that left. And Robin wants to improve that 1.75, but he needs 4.75 to be first, and there are a bit less than 3 minutes remaining to finish this hit and also this round.
That's right, great job there for Javier Enriquez Cutilla. There is another change of situation right now. Robin gets a 4.90, gets back to the first position. Javi only needs a 4.66 to be back in the first position. David and Albi are in a little bit more difficult spot, looking for higher scores. But look at this nice looking wave for David. I don't know, I mean, he's looking for a high score.
Y parece que ya está decidida los 4 terceros puestos, porque tenemos a Salomon Moore con 10,10, tenemos a Willy Luján con 9.25, el tercero sería Jorge Saavedra con este 7.25, y ya tenemos ahí los replays, y ya el cuarto saldría de esta manga, ya que el otro tercero sería Néstor Pérez con 7.15 y Jonás Almeida con 4.60, y como podemos ver en pantalla, David
Sí,
Pérez
pero-
siendo tercero ya tiene más de 7.15 que tiene Néstor, porque tiene 7.50, entonces daríamos ya por cerrada
Sí.
las 4 plazas que ocuparían, que completarían el cuadro de la ronda número 5.
Así es, si alguien no lo entiende nos puede preguntar. Ya es un formato porque esta ronda tiene 6 hits, los cuales pasaban 8, eran 12, nos estaban faltando 4 para completar los 16 que necesitábamos para la ronda número 5. Y cuando hicieron los cuadros, el equipo técnico decidió completar esos 4, dándole la posibilidad a los 4 mejores colocados, a los 4 terceros, perdón, con el mayor puntaje de esta ronda. Es decir, en estos momentos es Salomón Moore, es Willy Luján,
Jorge Saavedra,
Mutan,
y el tercero
claro,
de
y
esta
David
manga.
Pérez, que si mejora ya está clasificando con el 7.50, y si mejora, pues bien igual, o sea, no va a
Exacto.
cambiar nada. Así que bien, de esta manga pasarían ellos 3 que están en ese orden que ustedes pueden ver en pantalla.
Sí, quedan nada más que 35 segundos, así que ya 100% seguro las 4 plazas. Una pena para Néstor Pérez y Jonás Almeida, que hasta el último momento intentaron rascar esa plaza en la ronda número 5, pero no ha sido posible para ellos. Mientras vemos aquí a Albi Sánchez buscando esos 8 puntos que necesita para ser segundo, o esos casi 3 puntos para ser uno de los mejores terceros, pero cuando quedan 10 segundos parece que no va a ser posible para Albi, y ya la situación va a quedar tal cual está en ese cuadro que hay en pantalla, y vemos a David Pérez surfeando la última ola de esta ronda, de esta manga, esa derecha, que no va a cambiar nada de nada, no creo que incluso mejore su puntuación total. Así que hasta aquí ha llegado esta ronda número 4, esta ronda que ya la siguiente será la número 5, con las 2 primeras mangas 100% seguro. Si hará tiempo, pues intentaremos hacer alguna más, no lo sabemos todavía. Y en lo que hay este intercambio de rondas, este ajuste de situación, de sistemas, jueces, todo, vemos estas mejores olas de Robin Legros,
Fue increíble,
esos 8 puntos de Robin con ese super
Mejor
backflip.
score del día,
Sí, y ese invertido también bastante bueno.
Esa
Aquí
de Robin va para el Red Bull Banana Challenge, de seguro. Y miren este tubazo.
de Albi Sánchez.
Sí, lo hizo muy bien Albi.
Sí, aunque ha conseguido una 4ª plaza, pero bueno, debe estar contento con su actuación. Ha cogido las buenas, las ha aprovechado bastante bien. Siempre la suerte es un factor muy importante. Mientras vemos aquí el replay de Javi Cutilla, con eso ahí conseguía ese backflip. Y hasta aquí acaba ya el recap de hoy. Mientras ven esta fantástica vista del frontón, les vamos a dejar con unos pequeños comerciales y enseguida volvemos.
Welcome back, everybody. Today is the second day of competition in the 2022 Gran Canaria Frontón, and we have had a day full of action. This is the second block of the day. We are ready to start the round number 5. Welcome back, Jay.
Thank you very much, Bego. Yes, we saw early this morning the sun did not even rise until about 8:30, and likewise it sets very late. So we're taking full advantage of all the daylight. Miguel Rodriguez is going to go up against Genesio Ludovici, Javi Dominguez, and Dailos Rodriguez, all in round 5, heat number 1. So we are on to the next round. We're going to do a couple heats, and already off the bat, we have Yellow taking on this wave with a barrel to roll attempt unsuccessful for Javi Dominguez. And something tells me that things are going to go up a notch in this round. We are onward to, heat winners from prior rounds. So the level of riding just goes up exponentially with each round. And we're just getting started with this heat. 17 minutes to go.
Look at the Peruvians. They are celebrating there for Miguel. Of course, pushing. That's Michael Janse, Pirpo. He is in the hunt for the world title in the Pro Junior Man division. And he won an event. So every single junior that has won an event has a chance here if they take this event. Or, of course, depending on the results of the other contenders. We have him, we have Paolo Galati, and we have 2 Canarians with the chance of becoming the 2022 IBC Pro Junior Man World Champion. But we do have another exciting scenario for the men division with Tristan Roberts, Tanner McDaniel, and for the first time, Alan Munoz. The whole South America, it's going crazy supporting Alan. We don't even see Alan around. Alan is chilling and focusing, and look at this barrel for Miguel Rodriguez completing the ride with a roller. And here comes Dailos. Dailos, what a style this gentleman has.
So, look at this. He's not done yet. He kicks out on the inside. You mentioned, look, another wave out the back. The judging is going to have to be on point here with White. Genesio picking off a wave there with the reverse in the pocket. 3 waves ridden in the space of about 20 seconds. Means the judges have to really focus on what they just saw and separate all 3 of those waves accordingly. We're going to see scores dropping shortly. You mentioned Alan Munoz. He's the chillin' Chilean. Can I call him that? The chillin' Chilean.
Yeah, the chillin'
Chilean.
Chilean.
Because you just said he was chillin'. Now he's the chillin' Chilean.
Oh, my God.
Alan,
well,
the new nickname. We got T-Mac, T-Rob, and the chillin' Chilean. This sounds great. It sounds like a pro wrestling match.
Very cool, very cool.
This is the stuff of legends. I can't wait to see this showdown. And I'll tell you what, those 3 all in the running for the world title, but we have a lot of potential spoilers. We have previous winners out here like local Omri Laverne. We have PLC and so many others. Jeff Hubbard's here. All of these guys totally capable of winning this event and spoiling that world title hope for any one of these guys. So let's see what happens here.
That's right. And Genesio, look at that. Well, that will be... No, wait a sec. That's Javi. Oh, well, he did it again. He keeps going. Javi Dominguez. Such a cool kid. We had the interview, and he was so humble. And even the cameraman, it's losing it out there. Yeah. I need to see the replay. What was that?
I love to see that aerial shot, the drone shot at the beginning. We got a couple different perspectives. Look, he's slamming his fist down. He's so stoked. Look at this, under the shelf right there. That's almost a hopeless situation. He engages that rail, uses that inside leg to regain forward momentum and vomit it out of that pit, throws the claim, and stalls again. And look at this, another little bowl section that he gets a roll off of. And Javi, look at this. There's the drone shot I talked about. It looks hopeless right there. He's gone, right?
I don't know what's going to happen. I'm telling you, Jay, this might be a huge score. The biggest score of the day was Robin Legros in previous heat. He got an 8. But I dare to say this is going to be way more. Javi doing his Javi thing. It's amazing. That wave was close to impossible. And he got full control. Oh, well, let's just wait for that score while we hear the interview with Ale and Robin Legros. Wait. Let's just see this wave for Genesio Ludovisi from Italy. One of the 4 Italians we had in this event. Genesio, nice looking ARS there. That's going to be a nice score for Genesio, but we're waiting for scores. Let's throw it to the beach with Ale and Robin. Please take it away.
Hi, we are here with Robin Legros, the winner of the previous heat from Reunion Island, living here for a few years. Robin, you got the best score of the day, 8 points.
Oh, nice. I didn't expect that. And the waves are pretty complicated. It's pretty north, and windy. Kind of hard to choose a wave, but I just do the most of it, I think. The most I can. I just go.
Now, you are one of the contenders for the Red Bull Banana Challenge. 1,000 for the best air of the competition. You have 2 big airs. Yesterday was the air reverse. Today the big flip and invert. Are you hungry for that?
Yeah, and I'm pretty happy to that. It's my objective since I'm competing, so I hope I can do more for clear the things out, and I hope I had the wave to express myself the most of it.
Okay, thank you so much, Robin. We know that you have been in Reunion Island at home recently. What do you think, something in French?
Yes, merci beaucoup à tout le support, les Français, mes potes, la famille, bien sûr. Merci pour tous ceux qui me regardent et allez, la Réunion est là, ne nous largue pas.
Thank you so much, Robin. Good luck for the next hit. See you later.
La Réunion est là. On n'arrête pas. Reunion Island, it's here. We don't stop. That's what he said. I love that. 9 points. Bigger score of the competition is for Javi Dominguez. And here comes Dilos. You know, this happened again. This happened before. Javi advanced alongside with Dilos in yesterday. And let's see if that happens here. It's Miguel Rodriguez right now in second position. This is a full elimination round. And only the first and second will advance. There's no other chance. But you know what? We need to tell you that the round number 6, it's a non-elimination round. That's where the top 16 are waiting. So you do want to make it here. You need to make it here, because you're going to a comfortable place. You're going to a non-elimination round, and that's such a good format.
I agree. You know, you come all this way, you're one of the top riders in the world. You want a couple of shots out there, because you can always have a bad heat. Gives you a second chance. Here we see red on this wave, Miguel Rodriguez. We're going to pick up this replay of this wave. Comes to the inside, launches off that bowl, lands on that foam piston as it comes out of the barrel. And one more angle on this from the drone. Really nicely shot here. And you can see that shallow reef right below him. Critical maneuver, and lands on that foamy piston. I'll tell you what, Javi Dominguez is stomping dreams out here today. He's the dream crusher.
No, Javi, I think I see him as a very focused guy. He goes out there determined. He told me he's always nervous in this event. He says this is his favorite event, and he says he's been waiting for this event throughout the year. Everyone in Canary Islands waits for this event. But I even asked him if he had a lot of pressure on himself, given the fact that last year he booked the first 10. And he said, yeah, definitely he always wanted to do that. Some riders work better under pressure and some others don't. But that's not the case of Javi and 2 of the Chileans there. Angelito Medel alongside with the big name young rider Moises Silva. the twin. And a wave looking very good for Javi once again. Yeah, that's not going to do much for him.
You know, it's funny. Sometimes they'll take off. The wave just looks incredible when they're taking off. And then it just kind of hits a weird part of the reef and just mushes out, as we saw in that wave. So even Javi was fooled by that one. And so were we, obviously. You know, they can shift over just a meter or two, and that will affect the quality of the wave as it breaks on the reef. So some of them, as we saw his earlier 9-point ride, just bowl out and offer the ramp at the end, and others just mush out like the one we just saw. Great aerial shot of the crowd, the cliff, the people down below there at the bottom of your screen and where they get in the water and then back out to the water. So it's really like a gladiator pit out here, and the Romans are looking down into the Colosseum as the lions, which in this case would be the wave, are trying to attack the gladiators, which are these competitors.
That's right. Here comes Dylos, no stranger to these bombs, coming out sped, Dylos Rodriguez. And quick answer for Genesio Ludovici from Italy. Genesio has been coming here from what I can recall 3 times. I'm not really sure if he came. I think his first time was in 2020. And here comes Miguel from Peru. Miguel coming from a very good result last year. He ended up 4th in this event. That's a huge achievement. And again, no, are you kidding me? Is he coming out of that? He did. Well, no. Hats off for this kid.
Yeah, he's just on a roll here today, just dominating the heat from start to finish. He can hear the cheers on the cliff. Even with the wind, he can hear those cheers. He throws up a fist to the crowd cheering for him out here. He's just really in the zone here today. He's holding down a 9.0 and a 4.6. That 4.6 may get replaced by the wave he just caught. 4 scores dropping in here shortly. We'll see what the scores end up with. And look at this wave. Let's check Dylos Rodriguez. Just chilling in that pit. Really comfortable position right there. And then, get out of the way. Boom. Explode around him, but he casually gets out in front of that. And look out the back here. Genesio, my fellow Paisan, picks up a right-hand barrel and more waves on the outside.
Miguel, right here.
This is another replay.
And check this technique. He's got this very well technique of opening his legs, using his rail, and stall in order to get into the barrel. Critical sections, he knows how to ride them, and that's why he impressed us and the judges and everyone back home. Excellent performance there for the young Javi Dominguez.
Well, just some technique information here. You know, I get a lot of beginner bodyboarders contact me and they ask, do I need to wear swim fins? That is a perfect example of what swim fins and your legs do. They're an extension of your rail. You're actually using your leg and your swim fin as a steering and control device, and it helps you to grab that edge early on the wave and turn it into forward momentum. So yes, the answer is absolutely you need swim fins if you want to bodyboard with any level of proficiency.
Javi Domínguez ahora con el score total de todo, del score total de la competencia hasta ahora, y la ola más alta hasta ahora de la competencia con un 9 y un 14.55. Javi Domínguez está mostrando una tranquilidad, un control, una conexión con el frontón. Ya viene desde el año pasado fuerte, siempre ha surfeado muy bien, pero realmente yo estoy muy impresionada. El año pasado lo hizo, consiguió el primer 10 de la competencia. Este año ya viene ganando todos sus hits hasta ahora y se viene fuerte, ¿ah? Recuerden ese nombre, Javi Domínguez.
So a lot of waves ridden in this heat so far. In fact, every competitor has at least 4 waves. In fact, one competitor in red, that's Miguel Rodriguez, he's sitting with 5 waves under his belt, as is Javi Dominguez. And there's 3.5 minutes to go. Situation looking like this. Miguel Rodriguez needs a 5.26. Genesio needs a 7.1. And here we go. Javi Dominguez doesn't really need this wave, but what in the world just happened there? Javi Dominguez, his board comes out. He doesn't, but what commitment on that maneuver. I got to think that's just for the fans. That wasn't for the score. He's going for the cheers because he's crushing this heat.
Javi Domínguez ni siquiera necesitaba eso. Lo hace yo creo que por la diversión, para demostrar que él no solamente sabe correr tubos, que él también es un rider con grandes maniobras bajo su manga, como quien dice. Excelente performance de Javi. Otra vez, Dailos ahí con él. En el hit anterior, no este, sino el de ayer, pasaron ellos dos. Esta es una repetición de la última ola de Genesio.
Well, he might have gotten hurt on that one. He looks a little maybe winded, like he knocked the wind.
Leave the place, you know?
He's done. 2.5 minutes to go. He has this look of anguish on his face. I don't know. It's hard to say. He landed super, super hard on that flip, and he may have knocked the wind out of himself or smashed his face on the board. Hard to say. It'll be interesting to see in the post-heat interview what he says.
Yeah, that landing, like you say, it was really difficult and explosive. Maybe if I could say something to him, I would say, Javi, it's great that you show off, but man, you don't need that. Don't get injured.
Yeah,
You're coming from a very good performance.
Yeah.
Ahí Javi se tiene que cuidar, porque como que quiso igual hacer una super maniobra, salió volando, pero realmente el aterrizaje fue excesivamente explosivo. Estaba hablando Jay que no sabía si tal vez estaría bien, si estaría tal vez un poco dañado. Vamos a preguntarle eso en la entrevista. Y diría, cuídate, sí. Fue un súper buen landing. Y yo diría, cuídate un poco, sigue haciendo lo que estás haciendo, esos tubazos, ese control. Igual, bueno, bien, ¿no? Es parte del juego. Mostrar también un poco de airtime.
I love that everything's in Spanish except airtime. That's in English.
I want to say un poquito de airtime.
Airtime, there's no...
I was saying it's part of the game, no? It's normal. He's very young. He's a very good rider, and he wants to show the world that he is not only a tube rider, that he's also a very good maneuver performer. And yeah, but take care. Take it easy, Paul. You're doing great.
Yeah, that replay, it hurt me to watch that. He landed really hard, so we'll see. We'll see how he fared in that landing, but he came in early with plenty of time left in the heat. We're now down to 30 seconds left, and at this point, Javi Dominguez pretty much has it locked up. Dailos Rodriguez would need an 8.81 to unseat Javi Dominguez. Unlikely here with 20 seconds remaining. Miguel Rodriguez needs a 5.26 to keep his hopes alive in this event, and with about 12 seconds to go and no waves on the horizon, it looks like those results are going to hold with Javi Dominguez taking the win, Dailos Rodriguez in second place, and those two will move on to round number 6. And look at this heat recap wave, just free falls in the barrel, engages the rail, uses that leg and swim fin, vomited out of the tube, throws the claim, and he's not done yet. Throws a little check turn, waits for the bowl again, and up into the lip, gets a little vault into that foam ball. And that was the 9.0. And here it is from another angle. We saw that earlier, the drone shot. Same wave.
So
and just an amazing wave. Look at that, Bego.
That technique is just so perfect. It's what allows him to get that control in order to ride those barrels in a perfect way. So yeah, Javi Dominguez taking this heat in a great fashion. We are going to hit a commercial break and we're going to be back with the last heat of the day. Don't go anywhere, please.
¿Alguna vez te has preguntado por qué siempre quieres más? Más lunes sin alarmas. Más primeras veces. Más olor a mar y a campo. Más sonrisas a cámara. Más amigos de repente. Más reírte de la vida. Más disfrutar del camino. ¿Y si la respuesta nunca ha estado en el qué, sino en el dónde? Gran Canaria. Mucho por vivir.
And we are back for the last heat of the day in this second day of competition of the 2022 Gran Canaria Frontón King, an event celebrating its 10th anniversary this year with a lot of surprises. Let's just hit the water and check who do we have in the last heat.
So out in the water, Christian Antunes, Gabriel Molina, Carlos Suarez, and Solomon Moore, all going to battle it out here in round 5. Gabriel Molina, of course, took the event over in the Maldives, and of course in the running for the juniors world title. And here he is in the men's.
That is correct. Gabriel, it's been seeded in this round number 5. Remember, in this round number 5 are the riders from the 17 till the 32 seeded, of the top 32. Next round, it's where we're going to find the top 16. Look at that, he's injured.
Oh man, ribs.
Ay.
The
Javi,
ribs.
why did you do that? ¿Por qué te pegaste esa maniobra, Javi? No. Bueno, está bien, es parte del bodyboarding. Espero que esté bien, espero que mañana pueda sentirse mejor. Yo creo que fue más el golpe que otra cosa, ¿no? I think it was more. He's with a physio. That guy Coloro. He's a physiotherapist. You say
Yeah,
that?
physical therapist. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think he's gonna take care of him. And we do have a Christian Artunes already with a 6.90 total, 5 and a 1.90. Good job.
Wow, I'd like to see that way. But let me tell you, it's the last heat of the day, but we already had the highest score of the day in the last heat, right here at the end of the day. So the energy level from beginning to end of the day has not dropped a single ounce, folks. And this is the final heat of the day. What will we see? Will we see that perfect 10 out here today? We've seen an injury. Obviously, that last heat, we had an injury, huge backflip for Javi Dominguez. He lands super hard, and he comes in grabbing his ribs, maybe a rib injury. Red on the outside, Gabriel Molina. We can't see from the drone angle what he did, but he kicked out pretty quick. We can already see him in the channel. And looks like some action happening here from Yellow. This is a bumpy, smaller wave. Yellow looking for that lip move. And Christian Antunes making the best of a not-so-great situation with that wave, just to get a score on the board. But I want to point out that we had an injury also. PLC hurt himself in this event. I think it was last year. Hurt his rib, landed a huge air, hurt his rib, and continued on with the event. I'm not sure if it was last year or the year before, but it just goes to show even the best can get taken out by Frontón.
And I tell you what, in case you miss it and you're just coming to the live feed, we are going to have a day recap after the interview, in case these riders, I think they are going to be able to get out through the channel, because today is not that big. Yesterday and this morning was really difficult for them. So yeah, well, that was Miguel, unfortunately, and after such a good results. Oh, well, no, actually Miguel changed the situation. Wow. Oh, well, official results from the first heat of the round number 5. It was, oh no, sorry, Miguel didn't advance. And here's a wave for Carlillo Suarez, not able to complete that aerial reverse, I'm sorry. And the answer of Christian Artunes, also not able to complete.
So it seems like these guys are really, they're just taking off on anything at this point. I think patience is going to be a virtue out here this afternoon in this final heat of the day. Local time here, 7:06 p.m. here on October, what's today? The 18th, I believe. It's a Tuesday, of course. Over there in the USA, it's afternoon or midday, depending on where you are in the USA. South America, afternoon as well. So a lot of viewers from South America. We talked about this earlier. We have Peruvians, Argentine riders. We have riders from Chile, all represented here. Then we got Europe. We have France. We have Reunion. We have Italy. all here battling it out with the local Canarian riders and, of course, South Africans. We have a couple Americans here, a couple of my fellow Americans. So truly an international event here, Frontón King. I mentioned the crown jewel, the final event on this year's tour. 10th year of the Frontón King event, and ran through the pandemic, which is amazing because most events were done, but they pressed on.
Okay, so we have word that Javi cannot do the interview because he landed in an old injury right underneath the ribs, and he has a lot of pain. So doctors are with him at this point, and that was a wave for Salomon Moore. Let's see if we get that replay, but yeah, Javi says he wants to compete 100%, but he is in a lot of pain right now. He actually was out of air for a few minutes. So this is the replay of last bomb for Salomon Moore. This is going to be a nice score for him. Been doing a great job. Also very worried in the morning, dedicating his win to his son, who has only 4 months of age, and he has his first flu, and he was very worried. Normal.
Aww.
Yeah, it was so sweet.
That gives him some inspiration, you know. He wants to win. His son, of course, not aware that he's competing in a bodyboarding event, but we wish his son a quick recovery from the flu. That's tough to have one that little be sick, and let's hope that things work out quickly and he feels healthy soon. Red on the outside, Gabriel Molina pulling into this bowl up under the hook, not super deep. He kicks out quick, and look at this one out the back. We've got white Carlos Suarez pulls in a very similar wave to Gabriel Molina, but he's not going for the barrel, but now he is. Look at this inside section is jacking up for him. Pulls up high, rolls it under the roof and out on the shoulder, and salvages a pretty good wave there for himself, I think. And look at that inside section is really where it's starting to happen on these right-handers here, as Carlos Suarez and Gabriel Molina demonstrated on that last exchange.
That's right. Let's see what the judges think about that. And I'm just going to say the news about Javi Domínguez in Spanish. Gente, tenemos noticias que nos trae Ale Barbosa acerca de que Javi sí se golpeó. Cuando cayó ese backflip, él golpeó una lesión antigua que tenía debajo de las costillas. Está con mucho dolor, lo están atendiendo. Quiere competir 100% mañana. Pero bueno, contaba que se quedó sin aire por unos minutos, que estaba bastante complicado, no va a poder hacer la entrevista. Y que decía que, bueno, era una ola aquí para Salomón. Salomón, que conseguía un 5.75 y está ahora en la primera posición. Esta última ola no va a contar. Y una ola para el marrajo. Vamos a ver, va por un backflip. Bonito, pero tal vez, bueno, cayó bastante adelante. Vamos a ver qué piensan los jueces con esa última ola de Gabriel Molina, que está buscando un 5.15 para avanzar a la segunda posición. Entonces, continuando un poco la noticia acerca de Javi Domínguez, que vino de hacer la ola con el mayor puntaje y el score total más alto de la competencia hasta ahora. Trató de hacer un backflip que, según lo que me cuenta Ale, le dijo él mismo que él no quería hacer el backflip, pero que no tuvo otra opción. Como que se le puso la rampa y dijo, bueno, ya no tuve otra opción. Y bueno, se golpeó fuerte en las costillas con el riel de la tabla. Espero que se recupere, porque la verdad sería una pena después de ese performance tan perfecto que tuvo, cerca de la perfección. Seguramente lo va a lograr, es un chico fuerte. Sí, felicitaciones a Javi Domínguez por ese performance. Aquí en pantalla, 8 minutos con 20. Es lo que nos queda en este segundo hit de la ronda número 5. Vamos a parar después de esto por el día de hoy. Ha sido un día explosivo, con muchas sorpresas, grandes nombres que se han quedado y grandes que han avanzado también. Muchas gracias a todos ustedes por sintonizar. Recuerden revisar la transmisión si recién llegaron, si estás en el otro lado del mundo. Hay 2 transmisiones. Tuvimos un bloque en la mañana en el que hicimos 12 hits, y ahora estamos en el segundo bloque en el que estamos haciendo 8 hits. Mañana parece que la situación va a ser parecida vamos a tener el día partido por el tema de la marea.
Well, that was a lot.
Sorry.
I'm sure you covered everything there. We've
I was
seen.
explaining about Javi,
Oh, I understand.
and then I said what's going to happen tomorrow.
Well, Christian Antunes picks off a wave, throws a reverse in the pocket, and we have seen a dramatic bouncing around of the placings here with 7.5 minutes remaining in this heat. Gabriel Molina moved into second. Now he's back in third. But the way it looks right now, Solomon Moore in the lead with a 10-point total heat score. Christian Antunes needs a 5.01 to move into first, but here's the real story here is Gabriel Molina only needs a 2.01 and Carlos Suarez only needs a 3.66 to have a shot at advancing on to round 6 against some of the top seeds. And the time winds down with 6:50 remaining in this heat. Plenty of opportunity, and those two riders, third and fourth place, hold down second and first priority respectively. So it is to their benefit to wait out the good waves here. They may have one, maybe two more opportunities to move themselves into advancing position. So it is getting into nail-biter territory for these two riders as they finish out the day, and but hopefully not finish out their run in this competition.
That is correct, and 6 minutes to go in this great day. Guys, thank you very much for being here with us. You guys are the fuel for this engine. For us, it's great to read you. It's full motivation to work, to have you on the other side of the screen. Thank you very much for your support. Remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel of the IBC World Tour so you get all the notifications and the news from first hand. Activate the little bell that you have there after you subscribe, and you're gonna get all those. Wave for the great Carlillos Suarez. Carlillos is another great rider from here. He has a very clean style and hasn't been too lucky. If he would have made that one, that would have been a good score. He's right now in the 4th position with a need of a 3.44. That's 66, I'm sorry. That's really nothing for him.
I gotta ask you, Bego, have you ever seen a surfer out here at El Frontón? Someone riding
I
a
surfed
surfboard?
with one the other day, but it was small.
Okay.
There was one guy. He was surfing good. And yeah, there are a few guys that surf here, but not big days.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I know.
just, it seems just almost impossible because I mentioned earlier it's like 1 meter either direction, you're in the wrong spot, and the right spot is so steep and late and dredgy that there is zero room for error. You have to have absolutely incredible skills. Certainly some of the world's top surfers could handle this wave, but that's a small percentage. It's such a gnarly wave.
Yeah, the thing is that momentum for taking up, for standing up, you know,
Yep.
that's a critical one. So yeah, but I'm pretty sure there will be guys capable to surf here. Our director, Jimmy, and I'll take this opportunity to say hi and thanks to Wave Streamers, our streaming service, Jimmy, Marta, and all the boys, cameraman, unknown heroes. Thank you for your job. It's amazing to work with you guys. And you guys have no idea how hard it is to be in the switch. It's so much work. So yeah, Jimmy was telling me there is a few hoses, I think 2 hoses that serves here. So yeah. But I'm guessing big, it's probably yesterday and this morning. I'm not really sure. I'm guessing probably they don't surf. You never know.
Well, there's a lot of people that sit in this giant wooden box we call the scaffolding for 12 hours a day running this event. I mean, they're here long before the event starts in the morning. They're here all through the event, and they're here after the event ends each day. And this is this event slated for 6 days of competition, at least at this point. So that's a lot of long days, you know, doing work the entire time. There's very little break. So yeah, thank you to the unsung heroes, those that make us look good.
Oh yeah.
And you know, those that make the riders look good. We got the water safety, the photographers, the videographers. It's just a team that comes together to make this all happen. Here we go. White. Carlos Suarez launching a nice invert. Smaller wave, but still gets a little bit above the lip there. Trying to hang on to show he's under control. And he is indeed. He's now going to ride this one right up onto the shelf with 2 minutes, 30 seconds to go. And more waves out the back. This may be the opportunity that we talked about earlier for Gabriel Molina and Carlos Suarez to potentially move into advancing position. Will they get a shot here? 2 minutes to go in this heat. It is now crunch time for these two riders, and Molina holds first priority. What's going to happen? Let's watch.
Well, Carlillo Suárez, yes, muy buen trabajo para Carlillo Suárez. Ahora está en la segunda posición. Tiene que cuidarse porque los otros riders necesitan súper poco. Todavía queda 1 minuto 50. Aquí sí, señoras y señores, solamente va a pasar primero y segundo. Gabri, buscando un 2.25, probablemente lo consiga con esa última ola. Es lo que justamente estaba hablando. Cualquier ola podía hacer que Cristian o Gabri cambiaran la situación. Yo creo que ahora Gabriel Molina va a conseguir ese score. Gabriel Molina en rojo. Vamos a ver qué piensan los jueces. Último minuto y medio. Y yo puedo escuchar el reggaetón que se está prendiendo allá afuera. Aquí en el Gran Canaria Frontón 15, siempre algo para hacer después de los campeonatos. Muy agradable ambiente. Por supuesto, todo termina súper temprano. Está todo establecido para terminar a las 9 de la noche. Pero bueno, es un ambiente bien agradable. Es un festival, se puede decir, el Gran Canaria Frontón King. Can you hear that music?
Well, I got to tell you, that was crunch time for Gabriel Molina. He now moves from 4th to 2nd place with his last wave. Just a quick Rolo. He didn't need much to get into advancing position, and now he has to hope that Christian Antunes or Carlos Suarez don't get a wave here with 35 seconds to go. So it is really, really getting down to the wire here with 30 seconds left. Gabriel Molina hoping to hang on to that second slot in advance, but look at this out the back, Bego.
Oh, well, Salo, he knew he needed a bigger wave, and I think he's coming out of that one. Did you see Salomon's face while he was paddling? He was like, dude, I need to do something better. 5.11 is what the other rider needs to take my place. And Christian, 3.15 is Christian looking. He's raising his hand, claiming there. We don't know what's going to happen. Is that the 3.15?
I don't think he came out of that barrel.
I mean, yeah, well, I mean, he did. He kind of did. We don't have the wide angle, you know. We have an amplified vision, and it's all about the judges. I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe we can double check in the replay.
Well, let's watch. The score is about to pop for that last wave. He's holding his fist up. He's wondering. He got a 2.9. Not quite enough. He needed a 3.15, so I guess he did not come out of the barrel. Wasn't quite enough. Advancing on Solomon Moore in first place. Gabriel Molina in second place. Those two will move on to round 6. That is a wrap on day 2 of the 2022 Gran Canaria Frontón King. What a day, Bego.
That's right. Well, congratulations to Carlos Suarez and Chris Antunes for a great effort. They did great, I will have to say. Everyone, just to be here, this is the recap. And that is the last wave of Chris. Well, yeah, I mean, he got out of the barrel, but it wasn't a proper barrel. It was,
gotcha.
You know, it was a quick in and out.
You're right, and that angle showed it. Like you said, we couldn't see it on the original angle.
Yeah, maybe we can just re-see that one, and you can take us, you can give us your opinion about that one.
So we look at another end of the day here at Frontón King. So many good waves ridden. I'm sure there's a few crazies that are going to paddle out here for the last few minutes of daylight just to get a little extra time out there in the lineup now that it's wide open. And are we moving on to Heat 3? I'm not sure, but here we go. Bottom turning into that bowl. We see him. Yeah, he did kind of get covered, but not deep. Sort of his legs were barreled.
Yeah, I understand why he was raising his hand, because the look from the inside of that wave, for sure, it was critical. Look at Salomon.
Yeah.
Salomon is just enjoying this moment.
Well,
I
he
think we are
dominated.
Yeah.
Yeah, start to finish, heat domination, and he's got to come in feeling really good about that performance, along with Gabriel Molina, who also advanced through that heat. What a day, man. Look at this. Just, the feeling of success. You got through to the next round. Now you go home, rest, eat, and prepare for the next one.
Right. Okay. So great day of competition, second day, and it felt like a final day. We have so much going on, and we are waiting for Salomon to get out of the water. What will be your personal highlight of the day?
It's got to be that second to last heat. Javi Dominguez, Blue Mines, the highest wave score of the entire day comes in the second to last heat of the day. Unfortunately for Javi, he went so huge on his final wave that he got injured, and we're just hoping that he comes back for the next day of competition 100%. But, man, he was really looking like he was in pain. How about you? What was your highlight of the day?
I was going to say that for sure, but, yeah, I enjoyed Robin's performance as well. We saw so many waves from this morning and today. You guys have to check out the highlights, and today we're going to have a day recap. And of course, they are analyzing which waves of this day are going to qualify for the Red Bull Banana Challenge. And in case you don't know what that is about, I tell you what. Red Bull Banana Challenge is a mini competition within this competition where the best maneuver, the best aerial maneuver will get an extra $1,000 for that, So at the end of the contest, while we are doing the awards ceremony, we will announce who is getting that prize. Last year it was Amaury Laverne, and the previous year, the first year of the Red Bull Banana Challenge, it was Pierre-Louis Coste. So we don't know who is going to be this year, but it's very interesting. Thank you very much, Red Bull, for bringing the Red Bull Banana Challenge once again. And we are looking to 2 more mini competitions in this event. We will see if we have time, but there is the King of Kings, which is a competition for all the Gran Canaria Frontón King previous winners, and that will be defined in the King of Kings. And we also have possibly the Kim team is called. It's a tag team competition by countries. It's pretty interesting, and you guys, I think some of you already know it. This is not streamed, but it's pretty cool. So if you're in Gran Canaria and you want to check it out, this is another. These 2 activities are within the event itself. So it looks like Salomon, it's arriving there. And for us tomorrow, remember, very early it's a check-in, and we will let you know there what is going to happen, if we're going to do juniors or we are going to continue with men. And do we have the interview ready, Director? I think I'm hearing something. Thank you. Okay, he's getting ready.
All right, so still lining up that interview, and yeah, an amazing day. We have all the way until the 30th of October, so plenty of time. Big swell coming the end of this week, more swell for the early part of next week. So, obviously the wind factors into it as well. So you want to pick the days with not just the biggest swell, but also favorable winds, and that may not necessarily be the biggest day. So it's really all about the best conditions, not just the biggest bombs, right? Yesterday, we had all of it. We had giant swell, great wind. Today, this morning in particular, epic conditions as well. Kind of deteriorated towards the end, but the performances certainly did not. As we saw, we mentioned the highest wave score of the entire day in the second to last heat. So it doesn't matter, good or bad, these riders make it look absolutely incredible.
That is right. We do have the interview ready with Salomon Moore and Ale Barbosa. Please take it away.
Vale, aquí está. Here we are with Salomon Moore, the winner of last heat. Salo, from being almost out of the comp to win last heat.
Feels amazing. I came here with really low expectations. Just my goal was to have fun, and to get to the main event is just a blessing right now. I just wanted to get into the rhythm of this, get back into the competition, and Frontón is obviously the best wave in the world. I set a high goal and it seems like it's coming to light, and I feel really good, really happy.
Yeah, the conditions today have been getting harder and harder. Last it was pretty crazy. Tomorrow we think that the condition will be better. What do you expect for tomorrow?
I just expect to be not so tired and just be focused, and hopefully it's pumping, not too low as before. The heat before, I think it was a bit rough, very dry, gnarly, and just hope things are just, roll into success.
Okay. Thank you so much, Salo. We are back with Begoña and Jay Riley. See you tomorrow.
Well, guys, it's been a pleasure to bring you this first day of streaming and second day of competition in the Gran Canaria Frontón 2022 Gran Canaria Frontón. And for us here, and in the name of the whole streaming team, thank you very much, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for tuning in, and we count on you.
¿Y la playa?
¿Cuándo fue la última vez que probaste algo nuevo?
¿Puedo hacer esto todos los días?
Sí,
¿Puedo cruzar la isla caminando?
claro. O cabalgando si quieres.
¿En qué puedo ayudarle, señor?
Bonjour, madame. ¿Es posible cancelar mi vuelo?
¿Qué es esto?
Esto es nuestra flora autóctona.
Oh.
Y hay más. Mucho más. ¿Será por esto que sonreímos tanto? ¿O será por esto? Porque cada día es un nuevo descubrimiento. Dale un giro a tu vida.
Siempre quería hacer mi propia casa y ya que tenía una furgo empecé a meterle madera dentro y una camita, vivir en simple. A mí me encanta despertarme con el sol. Cuando me abro los ojos y veo la luz y ves colores tan bonitos, agradezco vivir. Cuanto más estoy con la naturaleza, mejor me siento. Y decir, qué belleza, el mundo. Sin tecnología, sin nada. Solo los colores, el sonido del mar, sentir el viento y tomarme una buena cerveza. Fresquita.
¿Cuántas veces te acuestas sin recordar parte de lo que has hecho durante el día? Sientes que estás vivo, pero no que estés viviendo. No te preocupes, le pasa a demasiada gente, y tú al menos estás descubriendo que puedes cambiar tu vida y la de los tuyos. Te voy a llevar al lugar ideal para empezar a vivir de nuevo. Pero primero tenemos que ponernos de acuerdo en unos conceptos básicos, porque creo que no hablamos de lo mismo cuando pensamos en grandes superficies. Ruido. Hacer la compra. Envejecimiento activo. Animales de compañía. Habitación con vistas.